What is up? It's time for something of a double feature. I don't know if I'll split the VODs or some goofy ass shit, but we're starting off today. I have not been live in a hot minute. I've been busy as fuck. Busy as fuck. My bad. Um, with, topping off my KH1 video, which is coming out this Friday, which is also Halloween. How fitting. But we're going to be showing off some shit that in the process of fucking around with vanilla stuff, found out is something that exists. The PC, like 1.5 HD version of KH1, and this also applies to like KH2 and BBS and all of those apparently, is so similar underneath the hood that like in order to get shit like original international version Sephiroth that isn't a bitch back into the game, you literally just like pop the model file from the old disc into the current one, and that also applies to like the Japanese version for some of the more niche shit, like how like Rock Titan has 15 fucking health bars. I recently learned about that, as well as like Riku Ansem, the way that his loop is done in the Japanese version, which is also different in the international version, which is also different in Final Mix. All three of those I have. Right now, it's just the Japanese ones loaded up and international Sephiroth, but I'll show off some of the English ones as well. It's baked into the model file? Yeah, apparently so. Which is weird considering that there's also a file called like .mset, which you would think is like moveset, but I don't know. It was one fucking file in Sephiroth's case. The other ones I have like a bunch of extra files because I wasn't sure which one affects like the boss in like Riku Ansem's case, so I just slapped in everything that was labeled to Riku in one of the like the documentations of what each file is for. But yeah, I'll show it off because it's what I had in that tweet from a couple days ago. But let's check it all out. I got even more than what I had that other day. Let's boot this shit up. Same company that uses an encrypted PNG as a save file. Yeah, and it also works. Think about it. Isn't that crazy? And I also have shit like, original music and that sort of stuff packed into my mod launcher right now, because why not?
My mother, Carlton. No.
Yo, Trev with the 52 months. Thank you very much. PSP MF is possible? Yeah, I think so. With the same logic. I'll have to try that one day. It's funny, the inescapable whip is actually, like, people found out that you actually can escape it. It's music doubled. Yeah, it is, and I know why. There you go. My bad. I was recording shit the other day, and when I do that, I have the... Okay. There we go. My bad. Yo, Exoblitz for the 43 months as well. Jafar is also a fight that's different in, like, every version. I don't really know how to capitalize it, because I never really learned the strat for it, but I'll show it off to the best of my ability. That's, what do you guys want to see first? I guess Sephiroth is the, man of the hour, isn't he? Let's go boot up my level 100 save file. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Halloween special stream coming? Yes, there is. Also, I got new headphones. You can't see them because they're like earbuds, but they're not earbuds. They just sit over the ear so they don't go in. They're really nice. That's why my stream was muted earlier and I didn't realize it. But yeah, this is the save file. This is actually, I also have this really nice camera mod that I customized, and it is like the best fast camera mod that I've had like ever, especially on like the new updated Steam version. We're doing Star Wars stuff for Halloween. Where'd you get that idea? Nah, you'll see. It's weird. My fucking right ear is like dick shaped, so it doesn't sit as well. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, here we go. Platinum match. So if you know what this is supposed to look like, you'll know immediately why this is so much fucking better now. So I get a combo going at least. There we go, huge jump. He's gonna fire pillar. Yep. It's so cursed being able to do the 4-hit loop with Hurricane Blast. So if you don't know why that's so much better, Sephiroth has a flinch count added into his fight in Final Mix where he's a bitch. He'll do like an instant retaliation after 7 hits, regardless of if they were in a combo or not. which also happens after 4 hits. So the way you have to do it in Final Mix is you have to do a 3-hit combo, then back off, and then you do a 4-hit combo on the ground, and immediately mash strike rate at the end so that you iframe through whatever his, like, one of his 5 fucking things you can choose to do, including fire pillars, frame 1 right in your fucking face. But in the original version, if you grew up with this shit, like I did, you just hit him 4 times, and then he fucks off, and then he does that attack every fucking time. Phase 1 and Phase 2. In Phase 3, he does the dodge this, a little spin attack, and it's like just as easily dodgeable. It's easier, but it's way more fun. I'm also level fucking 100, but you know. Lance Bass. I kind of like this Sephiroth, even though it's way worse than George Newbern. When you hear it in this game, it's kind of like, oh, this is like some old shit. They didn't quite know what to do with this guy's voice. Also, having Leaf Bracer against this version of Sephiroth is just straight up cheating. But, you know. This attack is so weird. It's just like how Zack in BBS, not all of it actually hits you, but certain parts of it will actually connect with you, and you have to know where to dodge in it. In this case, block. Still better than the remake one. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. I like George Newbern a lot, but the remake Sephiroth is only better than this. I like this, it's quirky. I don't know. Should figure out how to mod back in double speed meteors from the first version of PS. I should stream the first unpatched PS4 version. That shit's so funny. Oops. So cheap with Leaf Bracer. I'll do this fight again with all the vanilla abilities, no Final Mix stuff. Also, you can barely fucking see, but this mod also increases the amount of EXP he drops on death to what it was in vanilla as well. All of that is included in one model file for this guy. In Final Mix he drops 10k, but in this he drops 18k. And that model file also stores that. Let me unequip all the shit that doesn't exist, because this is vanilla. Bitch. Couldn't just import the KH1.5 vanilla model files? What do you mean by that? You could do that. It's just Sephiroth didn't exist in that version. This International was the first time Sephiroth was in this game. But yeah, you can do that, and that's actually what I have for all the other bosses is the KH1J version. I'll show you Rock Titan and everything else in a minute here. Let's do that again, but without the cheater shit. Let's take off ours too. Fuck it, let's do it dry. Oh, also Combo Master as well. That shit didn't even exist even on PS2 Final Mix. It's a HD thing. That and 0 XP. Okay. Also, I also have, no, this is not vanilla Keyblade stats. It's a script that I have. I don't have that through a patched file yet. Or else that'd be 12 strength and not 14. But, you know, I'm level 100. It doesn't matter. Either way. I think Janelle was rushed in anyway. That's why International is more complete. Oh, International is more complete because it got like half of what Final Mix got. The version we got was like half Final Mix, which is what's funny about it. Because we got shit like Kurt Ziza, Sephiroth, Ice Titan before getting Slapshot, Hurricane Blast. You don't even get Diamond Dust or One Winged Angel for those fights. 2 MPRs are just bosses changed. Right now, I remember that a long time ago. It needs to be updated because it was made for the first version, like PC version on Epic. But there was a mod made by some speedrunners that did like everything else, including like 1 MP, Goofy, Gift, 2 MPRs, I think. No, it was for the English version, so it didn't have like 2 MPRs. It was done with like scripting stuff, but I want to see if I can get it all like through patch files like these fights are. If you can do these fights with just files from the PS2 version, I'm sure that you might be able to do it with I might be able to do it myself actually with other files from the PS2 version. 2 MPRs is the holy grail. That plus Goofy getting 1 MP MP gift at level 30 instead of 42. Crazy. KH1.5 is cracked. Let's do that again. I really like the original version of this theme too. Just waiting for him to fucking jump. You can loop the hell out of him, especially if you're doing these combos like against the wall and he doesn't have as far to go. So I beat him when I made the video. I was like, just got him against the wall like the whole time, and I could very easily just do the jumping over the fast slash like that. Oops. It's also one of those things where you realize how much easier it is to do shit like this at 60 FPS instead of 30. Timings are tighter, you hit a lot more of those. Hitting them too early or too late. Oh, I feel like I haven't streamed in like a month, even though it's been like not even a week. I don't know. Nice jump. Uh-oh. I don't leave bracer. As it should have been. I never really learned how to deal with that consistently. I should one day. Fuck. These new earphones are crazy because I can hear myself way better, but also the shit's like way louder at a lower percent of like my headphones being cranked up. It's really nice though, being able to hear myself without it being through fucking like audio monitoring is like a must-have for me because I'm neurotic.
That is true power.
Dodge this. Dodges that. This is actually so easy to deal with in this phase, except for when he's against the wall and he takes longer to reappear. Yeah, you know. But if you let him go, then it gets a little crazy. Right. Uh-oh, I'm a chicken guy level 100. There we go. I dodged that. I wish it wasn't so hard to see the 18k EXP, but there it is. Vanilla Ultimate requirements. There's a lot to it. There's like 2 less pages of shit you have to synth and no rare Heartless you have to find. There were no, none of those rare Heartless that drop stone tier materials. That completely was not a thing. Getting Ultima was like 3-fold easier because Bambi was better. You had less shit you had to make. There were less materials required in the mix. Like Dark Matter was a final mix edition. Yeah, no stones, no rare Heartless that dropped the stones. Yeah, mainly just the mystery goo, and that's not even all that hard to get. When I picked Shield, specifically for the sake of having Lucky Strike ASAP and going through End of the World, just doing that world normally and killing everything I had the chance to get, I got 9 Gale, like exactly at the end of final rest fights. It was fucking crazy.
Halo Studios lying through their teeth saying they're being faithful to the original but having infinite assets almost everywhere.
Yo, Rox, with the truth nuke.
Fun with the stream.
I might have to do, thank you for the 55 months, I might have to do a CRT stream of OG Halo 1 on Xbox soon just because of all this shit. every time I've opened up Twitter, it's been like half my timeline has been shit about that game, that remake. I think that game is like, at least in like a AAA gaming, in like a AAA development scenario, that game is just impossible to remake faithfully. It just cannot be done because there is no way, especially with Unreal Engine 5 and 343, lol. There's just no way they would ever look at the original aesthetic of the game, realize the aesthetics that that game, like the Y2K aesthetics that game had baked into it. They would not be able to look at that and realize, oh, maybe we should integrate that. It just can't be done. Like the Warthog looking like a Y2K blobject, Master Chief's fucking visor and everything. Saw you on Twitter got blocked by VTuber over arguing them for the... That was a crazy argument on their part, because they were like, oh, it's okay for the game to have sprint because they playtested it in Halos 1, 2, and 3, and they made it into Reach, and Reach is a prequel for Halo 1, so it has to have sprint, and it's like crazy mental gymnastics. Why can't FPS games just be different from one another? Do they all have to have sprint because toddlers need to be able to run faster with their stim button? What's next, sliding? Yeah, my counter-argument when they said, oh, it's a Reach prequel, why doesn't it have sprint? It's like, okay, well, where's Armor Lock? Where's Jetpack? Where's the bubble? Where's fucking... you know. Why is it the needler need an ammo count? That's the craziest shit. I posted, it reminded me, I hadn't seen anybody talk about it, fucking Halo 2 Anniversary. You know the carbine, how it has that U-shaped ammo count with like the split in the middle that goes down as you shoot? In the remake... in the anniversary of Halo 2, which 343 didn't even fucking do. Just like part 1, they outsourced that shit to Saber Interactive to do it all for them. It's a static green, overly designed thingamabob that does not reflect the ammo count of the gun. And it doesn't even go red when the cartridge goes empty. This is the company that these people, these freaks, are shooting for all day long, defending. They didn't even fucking do Halo's 1 and 2 anniversary themselves. They outsourced the whole fucking thing. The whole thing. Bastard. Yeah, it's on PS5. I don't know. All these PlayStation players, they'll finally be able to play it instead of just getting a $2 netbook and being able to run the original Gearbox port. You know? Woo, they get to play it now. It's whatever. Anyways, it's time for some more of these bosses. So, another thing that gets carried over when you import just the raw model file, it seems, is all their stats. So now it's time for Rock Titan with double the amount of health that he has nowadays. So, he had 7 health bars. He has 7 health bars normally. He has 15 health bars in J. But also 10 less defense. That's a trend among endgame bosses in the Japanese version. They have, like, a fuckload extra health, but like 10 points less of defense and a little bit less strength too. God, I wish that you could actually see some kind of mod to display full health bar count, because you watch how long, level 100 max strength, watch how long it takes for the bar to go under purple. That's 1 ours. Oh, he's already fucking falling down, nice. I also found out that it doesn't exist in Final Mix. I don't know if it exists in International, but this guy still drops tech points when he's 1 HP, so if you just like get in a place where he can't hit you and have Goofy run into him all day long, you could just like AFK farm this guy. It would take fucking forever to get to level 100 on everybody, but hypothetically you could just put down the controller and it would happen. This is like ours number 4 with 68 strength, which is well above the fucking cap for this guy. I was holding triangle because I have a macro. And there we go. That many fucking R's with full stats. Whoa, Sora! I'm like crazy there. Here's how much damage those R's were doing, by the way. For them to have taken that long to get through to actual visible damage. And Goofy. Goofy has Tornado and like strength setup. I didn't even factor that in. He's doing like as much damage as I am, and it took that long. So think about it like this: the fucking first version of the game, this guy has like a KH2 super boss health bar, KH2 FM tier health bar. What about Hades? Did I have that imported? Yeah, I haven't tested it though. Let's see. Hades has 12 health bars. Is our shit in this version? It's great. It just costs one more bar of MP. But still, that's good. It never got changed other than the MP. So yeah, factor in that this is Giga Goofy as well. Oh. Okay, I think this is normal Hades health, because that immediately went down. It has 12 bars in J. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I have to load for... How do I soft reset? Oh, I have it written down right here. There we go. Has there ever been any reason as to why they didn't create more colored health bars? I am just as curious about that as you are, because... Like, they scaled it back for International and Final Mix, but it's very strange for them to have had... first version of the game, there's a boss that has 3 times the amount of health bars that are, you know, displayed on screen. Which almost rivals, like, Lingering Will's health in 2 Final Mix, which is absurd to me, but... I don't know. On the topic of Invisibars, though, like, in original, like, every boss, like, Chernobog and onwards, has that as well. They ran out of color ideas. It would have been cool if it was, like, slightly darker shades of purple on top of it, so, like, so many bars, like in the case of Rock Titan, it would be, like, completely black, and then as it peels back, it's, like, slightly lighter. That'd be a good way of slapping it back on. That's what I would do in a mod. Or white, if it like gets so much brighter that it becomes white and it just like fades down. But black would be good because, you know, darkness. Whatever. Yeah, so right now I have 1J Riku. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a speedrun in this game, or better yet, my streams where I'm doing this loop easily because it's so easy to do in Final Mix, but it's even easier to do in this one. I also have the international version. I showed this in the tweet, but I'll boot that up after all the other J bosses. Yeah, he retaliates with Dark Faraga instead of the Spin Slash, which, like, you have so much time just to walk around it, you don't even have to, like, jump or dodge roll to start the loop up again. You just do it on the ground, which I'll do. His retaliation's random when he has this orange bar, but once he goes down to, like, yellow, he goes into phase 2, which is like... Yeah, there it is. Something that doesn't get imported is, like, that hit that I did there, that actually parries him out of charging up his Keyblade in, like, Japanese and international. You can stop him from charging the Keyblade if you hit him at the right time. That doesn't seem to carry over, but, you know. Also, another thing, this attack, I think it also works like this with the mod imported like this, but if you, like, block it and he gets hit by his own thing, he reads it like you're hitting him with a spell, and he shoots it back at you sometimes. And the distance is right, at least. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, it's not dark mode anymore. But yeah, here's the loop. You see how he, like, warps around the, like, out of the corner? That's probably why they changed it. It looks really weird when he's against the wall. See it like that? It's exactly like that on PS2. Look at him go. 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 I pressed the kill myself button, that's why I died there. Do that one more time. Foolish boy. Yo, what's up, J-Stop? I don't know why I, like, picked you out of everybody else in chat, but, you know. Will you press the die button in theater? I don't think so. I think the theater, at least on PC, the theater is its own executable. Like it boots up just a different client in order to just play FMVs, last I checked. Might also be like that on PlayStation. Yeah, you see that? That's... I don't know if that's in international, but he just like, you know when you shoot him with like a fire? At the right time at least. He did that when I hit that attack back at him with a guard. That doesn't happen in other versions. Also, that also happens if you hit stop, which is funny. Oops. See if I can go to stop. Yeah, he pulled in the stop spell and shot a dark fire out at me because of it. Did that by accident the other day because I didn't know what my shortcuts were, and I was like, what the hell? The stop just became a dark frog out. But you can just do this loop without even, like, trying. I could also just, like, mash R's through it if I wanted to. Oops. Didn't mash triangle. This attack is also a bit faster than it's supposed to be because of 60 FPS. It's more like, ha, ha, ooh, yeah, instead of, ha, ha, ooh, yeah, or whatever. I also never knew about it, but this Keyblade also got nerfed in Final Mix, which it's already still so good for this part of the game, but it used to be better. It used to be a weird, like, not many Keyblades had, like, increments on their crit rate if they weren't, like, 0.5x, like Jungle King and One Winged Angel, but this Keyblade used to be... It has a crit bonus, which is crazy. It crits for +2 in Final Mix, but it used to crit for +4, like every other crit bonus Keyblade that says powerful critical blows. But it also had a 30% chance crit rate instead of a 20. Usually it goes in increments of 20, so, like, other than it being like 10, or in the case of Metal Chocobo, fucking 2%. This Keyblade used to be 30%, and so did Olympia. Olympia got the big glow up. Divine Rose got the big glow up. Divine Rose used to be 10 strength. It got blown up to 13 strength. That's more than vanilla Ultima weapon. Yeah, Metal Chocobo got a... It actually got just a nerf of 1 strength. It used to be 10, now it's 9. But that just means Olympia kind of shits on it because it has, like... it doesn't have the same recoil. I think it's 60 as opposed to 90, which I don't really know. I don't really know where you want 90 recoil. I don't know what beats 60 that doesn't also beat 90. It's hard to say. I've learned that 60 is kind of enough. But I have a whole infographic of all the Keyblades that got shifted around. It's like Wishing Star, same strength, has a 200% crit rate, which just internally in the game means guaranteed. It used to crit for +4, so like on every finisher, it virtually did basic finisher damage is +4 on top of the crit also being +4, so that was 9. This would crit. So that's 5 strength, but it used to, like, on every finisher deal virtually 13 strength, if I did the math right. Yeah, I did the math right. Fucking 8 + 5, that's 13, right? I've been awake for a while. How long has your KH1 vid been in the works for? It's funny you say that. I did the playthroughs that I recorded for them in 2023. Like, late 2023, but around this time was when I started recording for them. Shelved it for a while, multiple times over. I got the CRT TV because I wanted to make this video. But it's almost done. A lot of it has been me learning how to do a video like that in terms of like productivity and also just logistics of having that many moving parts to a video. But it's been a huge learning experience. It will happen. Yeah, it's got a deadline of Friday. I already put it out there that it's going to be out on Friday. I finished the last recording session earlier today. I have more than enough clips, especially with the stream of 1J I did not too long ago. How long is it? I don't really know for sure, but the last recording session added 20 minutes of footage on top of, I think the video where it's at is like 35, so things 45 to an hour. is how long it's going to be. But it is very in-depth. Maybe more than it should be, but I did not want to miss anything as much as possible. And I definitely did, but, you know, minutia at the end of the day. What else is there? Is this Tiger Head? Yes, this is. This is the funniest ship. This fight, this is the best version of the fight. It used to not be so shit in the Japanese version, the first version. They made it worse. And, you'll see why in a second. I'm just gonna sit here, watch how long this goes on for. I don't know if this is something that's fully accurate to this fight in 1J. I remember I kind of stood up here and fought him. He just did like 20 I-beams in a row. I think this is still better. But he's a lot more stationary in this fight. Maybe it's because I damaged him though, more than you would. I forgot I'm on beginner mode, so like one hit is like 10 hits in any other difficulty. Let me try again. They're wondering why I'm dying. I have a kill myself button because of speedrun tools. Practice tools. No, get up there. Okay. Let me avoid pushing him too much. I don't know if Don and Goofy are gonna. God, can somebody mod this version of PC1FM? Holy shit. Gee, I wonder who will save us. I wonder. Who will save us? Who will do it? That's what this is. This is the PC version. It's done. It's been done. That's what you're seeing right now. I forgot this beginner mode save file where I was just making boss saves. You got Yolk DXP. Usually get Hurricane Blast for doing this fight, not having it beforehand. Once the video is done, which is it's almost done, I want to see how much more of vanilla can be replicated just through file patching. I really don't want it to be through Lua, because file patching is cooler. Lua is just like, oh yeah, the game is being like loaded in, and then we're like doing a little back end to change it in the memory, as opposed to, oh yeah, the original files are compatible, so just like pop them in there and it just seems to work. I wonder if a 4x3 mod would be possible. It is. It is possible. It's possible because 1.5, this is like specific to 1.5. It's like the only one of these on PS3, maybe Recom as well, I don't remember. I don't think so. 1.5 on PS3 actually had 4x3 support, so if you were playing it at like 480p, which a lot of speedrunners do because you get a better queue for cutscene skipping, the code or whatever for setting an arbitrary aspect ratio, as long as it's bigger than 4x3, I think, or 1 to 1, it still exists, so you can actually use that to make it like 21:9 for ultra wide. It's not for Rando specifically, it's just made by the person that also did Rando. I could actually put it in right now if I gaffed, but I don't. But yeah, it exists. It's existed for as long as these games have been out on PC, or at least very soon after. Jafar. Now, I don't know how to fully oh, this is the wrong fight. I don't know how to fully capitalize on this. I haven't never learned the strat to make him do what he does in the Japanese version, which is like so much fucking better. Or if it is even fully working via this method, or the mod that I made, unless I like missed a file or something, but I can tell it's different. Because it doesn't do the bubble. You know how everybody that's like speedrunning this game will do like the one hit, get up on the platform, hit him again, and do a blizzard, and he just like sits still in the bubble. He doesn't do that. I don't think I've ever seen him do that on anything other than Final Mix, so let's see if I can... See how he's like staggering really hard to just like basic hits? I don't know how to keep him in place. The strat in J, you can literally just get him to like shoot lasers at you the whole fight without ever moving away. But when he does move away, he becomes like a little ball for like 20 fucking years compared to Final Mix. You see how he's still purple? But he also staggers a lot more violently off of like basic hits. You see that? He does not do that in Final Mix. And I don't know, he does that sort of like stagger in International, but he doesn't just do lasers all day long. I just don't know how to do it, or if it's even working for this mod yet. Yo, Shagnan with a 42 months, new meme, 42. Thank you very much. Yeah, 2FM at 4x3 would be cool. I don't know. I think all I've seen for that is like Ultra mods that are done, obviously without the native support being built into the game. You gonna play Ninja Gaiden 4? Maybe. Not right away. I'm kind of busy with a bunch of other shit, but I do want to try that. That game looks sick as hell. I just haven't played any other Ninja Gaidens, but I guess it doesn't matter too much for that to be my first one, if I did. Yo! Yo, Sana, thank you for the 17 months. SpongeBob bad. Thank you very much. For the big tier 3. Why did the abbreviation NG4 get auto-modded? Somebody click allow on that. Thank you. Can't get to New Game plus 4 because of woke. Trying to think what else. I have the list in the mod manager. What else is in here? 80s, but that didn't seem to work. I made that like right before going live. Let's try. I don't know why I said it like that. Let's try KH1.5 Riku Ansem. I haven't tried that yet either. That's also something I made like right before going live. Give that a whirl. Everything's going great. Video's almost done. I've been busy with that and a bunch of other stuff, but it's been a good little work break of a sort. Something I unfortunately have to do sometimes when I've got like a big project that takes a lot more attention than I can provide if I'm streaming like 4 times a week. So if I'm ever not live for a span of days that I normally would be, just assume that that's what I'm up to. Some crazy ass shit. What else? Did I actually just pop in what I wanted to do? Yeah, I did, okay. Let's see if this works. I actually have not tried this, but based on the same logic that made this work before, we'll try it. But with international. Oh. A mod that specifically makes the Tiger Head boss use the JAI as opposed to the FMAI. That's exactly what, it was. That's exactly what it was. I do have to test, though, to see if that's actually different than FM. Because I do remember him being even more docile when I played J, but that might just have been because the damage was different or some other weird circumstance. I'll pull up, like, the clip of it in a minute, just to double check. So this is the, assuming this works, hardest form of this loop that they ever made. What's my... Do I have Combo Plus? I should. On the good mode, yeah. Yeah, okay, so... Let's see here. See how he steps away and then hits? That's the international version right here. That's not here. I'll emphasize it. 3, 4. Steps back. Then spins. In Final Mix, he spins immediately on hit, and like whatever Sora's doing will like automatically get parried by him, but also like won't hit you. But in this version, say you had like a 4-hit combo, like you do this, he's gonna step away and you're guaranteed to get hit unless you're like immediately holding back. So the way that the loop works, there's actually 2 ways to do it, and both are harder than the other 2 versions. It's like his Destiny Islands fight. Yeah, it's like the whole 4-hit thing. But I think that the Japanese version is the most similar to the Destiny Islands fight in like a kind of a cosmetic way, because like in a Destiny Islands fight, when you hit him 4 times, he does that like that back spring where you think that he's like getting owned, but then he springs forward and kicks you. But in the Japanese version, like his dirty trick, instead of like that just being a fake out, his dirty trick is using darkness, and he also springs back as like the wind up of the move. Maybe that's why it was like that originally. To kind of be the most similar to the Destiny Islands version of it, but then they realized that shit does not work well and is also easy. Like he just like teleports out of the corner if he's close to the wall, and he just slips around. Okay, you aren't Giga punished for hitting him 4 times in FM? Well, let's see if I can do it. It should be easier at 60 FPS at least. So one way to do the loop is to like literally hit him 4 times and back off, and then like attack him at the right time again when he like after the spin, which is just like FM, just without the like the easy auto like parry that you'll do.
Now witness true power.
Okay, 3 hits.
Here it comes.
Yo, Poverty's Finest, thank you for the 41 months. This takes a bit of fandangling. I did this with save states for like 3 hours to get it to work, because it's very tricky. You can do an infinite combo on him in this version specifically. Really run that back real quick. If you don't do the easy form where you wait out the spin attack and do it like a budget version of Final Mix, you can do a specific combo where you stagger him out of the step away, and it just becomes an infinite. It's just very precise. Yo, Redo, thank you for the 51 months. Yeah, the technology is literally just like, yeah, take the file, take the model file where all the AI and all the stats are stored, and just slap into the new one, because this is like, I've never heard confirmation on this, but people say that this version is like some kind of custom pipeline that's more or less emulating the original, so the files are pretty much exactly the same, outside of all the, like, the remastered assets that it loads in as well. I killed myself there. It's a button macro that is used for the save anywhere mod. It's used for like speedrun practice. I can also make save states, which might actually be easier to test this with. I wonder if I can save state in a fight. I wonder what saving the game in the fight would be like, actually. It would actually be faster to load state instead of die, but dying is funnier, so I don't know. It's like some weird fucked up scenario where the Switch Mario Galaxy ports are partially emulated. It might be, I don't know. It's just... maybe... Sorry, Goofy. I guess the best evidence for it is what you're seeing right now, is I'm literally... This is just the model file for the... From the PS2, I found a tool that would actually let me dump all the files from the ISO. So I have a KH1.5 dump, I have a international dump, and I have a PS2 FM dump just on my computer for shit like this. Yeah, I think this is exactly what they did to remaster this game in the first place, is use fan tools to dump the game and then like kind of piece together Final Mix again. And there's also a mod that I saw when I was kind of crawling through Discords, like modding Discord. Somebody took, they imported Diamond Dust. They backported Diamond Dust into English. So like beating Ice Titan, you'd get Diamond Dust in the international version, pre-Final Mix. So like shit like that is kind of possible. They confirmed they data mined a PS2 copy of 1 to make FMHD. I looked up that quote not too long ago. They didn't specifically say that. They said more shit, unless there's a different quote that you know about. They said some shit about, like, the quote that's thrown around the most, which is exaggerated, is that they remade it from the ground up. But I think Nomura also said in that random IGN sit-down interview or whatever it was, that they had to kind of like crawl through or research old files or whatever. But yeah, they definitely did that. I remember hearing some anecdote that there was some proof on the files for 1.5 where you could, like, it was confirmed that they used a fan tool.
What's with the giga early sesh toe?
Yeah, it's because I woke up hella fucking early, so if I started at the normal time, which isn't even ideal for me, honestly, I've just been starting late as fuck just by happenstance, bad sleep schedule. This is actually the time that I want to get back to starting normally, around 6 p.m. That used to be the, you know, time that I wanted to. Yo, Reaper, extending the 6 months. Play Ninja Gaiden 4. I want to. I'm playing Souls. Later, in Kingdom Hearts now. What's up, couple? Alright, let's see if I can do the loop. It might be a pain in the ass to do without save states. I do have footage of it, though, as a fallback. Escape Souls, for sure. Is that something you can do in Final Mix, what I just did there? I just parried him out of charging up. I don't think you can do that in Final Mix. I think that actually does work like it does in... I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what I just did there, if that is something that's part of the mod. I'm just trying to get his thing just right here for this. Oops. This is very fucking precise. Even on 60 FPS, it's not easy. Try it one more time before I just pull up the recording that it took me 3 hours to do. This version of the loop is so fucking cool, but it's so much harder. It's an infinite. It's not even a loop, it's an infinite. He doesn't even attack. When was the last time I streamed? Was it actually a week ago? I know the last time it was the Riku solo. Or was that actually 1 week ago? I don't remember. I've been working my ass off. My ass off. I wasn't counting for Japanese developers to keep their OG files. Probably doesn't also help that this was like KH1 was before the Enix merger. I don't know. But that could also just be it on a more simple note.
Useless.
I fucked it up. One too many hits there. And that's also the problem. And it's not even just this keyblade, but that fucking swing where Sora just like shaves the side of Riku's fucking sideburns whiffs all day long if you're slightly too high. And if you're too low, then you land in a ground combo and the whole thing breaks. I'm also doing way too much fucking damage. This is not how much damage you normally have on normal mode. One more time. I'm on beginner mode, which is like didn't exist. Nine days, buddy? Really? Whatever. I've been busy. You're not my boss. Bitch. What, a Lemmy emote in the wild? Yeah. 10-2. It's funny you say that because there's like on the PS2 version for Final Mix, the main menu has a 10-2 trailer button. So it's hard to do. I still don't think you were able to tech parry. Whatever it is I'm tech parrying right now, I just don't know what it is. Let me boot up the, whoa, get shot. Let me boot up the recording that I have What's sick about this though is I did it at 30 FPS, which is not fucking easy. Let's see here. I showed this off the other day, and by that I mean weeks ago, but this is the session specifically for showing this shit, so here we go. This is me just like loading a save state that I hadn't mapped to my controller, going fucking insane, hearing the same chord over and over again. But you see what's happening? Oh, nice. Fucked it up again. Yeah, this is what you can do in this version. Dude, are you ever gonna get it right? My own fucking recording? When do I start to get it right? Here we go, I think. Holy shit! There we go. So you see how, like, I'm catching him during a backstep? That's when his 4th hit is dealt. This version of the loop, you actually offset him. So instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4th hit causes him to retaliate, you want it to be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it like you get an extra. You're actually able to get an extra hit in that doesn't count towards his flinch because he's mid backstep. It's called revenge value, not flinch. It's called flinch count, not revenge value, because it specifically works based on if he actually staggered or not for the count to go up, and it doesn't reset when he recovers, as opposed to the KH2 system. I'm trying to slow it down. Here we go. Really fucking difficult form of it, but then the easy form is just like waiting it out like a budget version of the file mix strat, which I'll do that real quick before I move into another boss. I don't remember. Your air step combo counts. Yeah, it does. Let's see if I can do it in these fucks. Yeah, it does. It's kind of very precise when it happens in this game. You have to be like really low when that second hit comes out for it to continue on the ground, but it does. Come on. Open your heart to darkness. That's such a bizarre thing though as part of that mod. I still don't know where it's from.
Come. Take that. Come. Take that. You're nothing.
Let's see if I can do it again. Bitch! It's like a magnitude easier in 60 FPS, but you know. Like of all the times that like I've had to do a very like precise and timed combo, that's like one of the hardest combos I had to do for this game, was when I learned that version of the loop, because it's like, holy shit, if you need to be as low as possible so that the whiffer swing doesn't whiff, but you can't be too low or else you're gonna land on the ground to do a ground combo and the whole thing's fucked. And it also has to be, you have offset his flinch count so that it works. How do I die when I'm at Heartless? How do I get to the main menu? Hold on. We press the die button while in shadow. I just did and it doesn't work. Soft reset. You're not even soft reset as this guy. I guess I'll finish this sequence. Because I have to. That's this ant. So I get for not killing myself. Ooh. Menu button. That's the Steam menu button. KH1 vanilla boss scripts. What's up, DJ? Yes, hold on, I'll go over it again. Yeah, it's, you just import one file from the PS2 files are compatible. You just pop one fucking file from J or E and it works. I'm not sure if it works for everything so far. I don't know how to do Japanese Jafar, so I wasn't able to confirm it there. But it also works for Sephiroth, who is now the international version again. Yeah, so all that shit that you guys gave up doing like 3 years ago when Epic Games version came out, you did everything but this and nobody knew that you could just do this? Yeah, you can do that now. I found that file the other day, the 1E Lua. Let's do Sephiroth again. Let's take off all these cheater abilities that don't exist. That exists. Ours exists, so I'm just not gonna use it. Kids are getting too freaking advanced. This is like the most rudimentary shit, so nobody tried it. Actually did see somebody try it, but nobody knew how to, nobody in the modding community knew how to confirm it, because they just don't want to do this fight. Or maybe any fights, but you know. It's just one file from the PS2 version. It just works. It's the model file specifically. Also works for health, defense, EXP dropped. Woo! Sorted name. Yeah, this is the international version. No 7 flinch count, a hero on 255 bullshit that you have to keep track of. He just does step slash after 4 hits. And then the other thing he does in phase 3. Launch this. I think I took off the pressure. Oh well. Sorry, Sephiroth. Not a fair fight. It's kinda cursed being able to do this a little bit 60 FPS. I gotta figure out a way to make this double speed meteors again. It feels weird in 60. I like it in 60. I know about all the frills where shit doesn't work the same way, but I just like frame rate being higher. You can get used to 30 and things feel more solid. It's more satisfying when you do shit at 30, but everything just feels better. At least for me. Oops, what the hell? I just happened to you. If you're against the wall, he takes longer to reappear and it's scary. Okay, well he just dropped 18k as well. One file, the model file. Just ripped it from international and I popped it in here. What else do I have in the list right now? Rock Titan with 15 health bars. Ryu Ansem from international. Hades, but that didn't work. He didn't seem to have 12 health bars. I may have missed a file. You know what? This fucking... I forgot to take this out. I don't know. That shouldn't affect anything. International means not final mix, yeah. English, I know you speedrunners just call it English, but, you know, when you look at Final Fantasy X International, you know, they call it Internet. I don't know. It was also in French and German and, you know, all that shit. But yeah. aka English. Go beat up 15 health bar Brock Titan again. German KH. I streamed French and German. That 25 FPS shit. It might actually be like 23.5 supposedly. French Sora had really cool battle quotes. I don't have R's? God damn it. Looks like we're raw dogging this. Thank you, Goofy R's. Palace 25? Okay. That's what I thought. I just had somebody say otherwise once. Which there's one in Spanish. Yeah, of course KH2 got a Spanish dub, but part 1 didn't. But there are mods to get those dubs back on PC. There's also there's a Spanish fan dub. I was watching a random stream of it the other day. PC versions support multiple languages, only through mods, but not officially.
The biggest thing I learned from speedruns is that JP is easier in the game than English.
Yo, Nox with the 28 months, thank you. I believe they first did the follow tuning last year in the Open KH Discord. I saw that. I was kind of crawling around through modding various mine discords to see if it had been done, and I did see that. I just didn't see anything, like, anybody confirming that it worked back then. So I'm not claiming ownership of this. Somebody actually did it for me and suggested, oh yeah, let's try the file. And I was like, okay, it fucking works. They weren't able to tell it was working, but... Because one night I had been like... This all started because I booted up Cheat Engine. I wanted to see once and for all if, like, how crit damage worked. Like, once and for all to see, like, oh, is it really adding that much strength? Like, the strength of, like, a basic finisher on top of, like, crit bonus on top of, like, everything that gets added. I wanted to, like, get my strength at just a point so that a crit would hit for 61. And actually, I saw numerically, I could hit for 25 damage only with a crit, but for 20 damage if it wasn't a crit. So it's almost like you're allowed to deal more damage, slightly more damage, with a critical hit. So, like, even at strength cap, crits still matter, maybe? I don't know. I forget if that's, like... If I was able to confirm that. But when I was fucking with that, I was like, okay, well, I'm fighting Sephiroth right now. Let me see if I can, like, punch in what his flinch count is right now into the scan to see if I can find the value that does that. And I was asking for help, and they were like, oh yeah, here's, like, the file, try that, because these values are stored in that file. The Sephiroth MDLS or whatever. And when I popped that in, it just worked. I was like, what the fuck? It was that easy? I just haven't seen any mods that actually use that, which flabbergasts me. Because the same thing, somebody told me, is also possible with KH2 bosses, BBS bosses. We could make MF even worse again. I'm just so shocked that it hadn't been done before, because I remember speedrunners, like, very early on the Epic version, wanted to get vanilla boss scripts going. It was, like, the one thing they couldn't do when they made, like, 1 MP gift and, like, the original, like, ability routes through Lua, but they didn't do the bosses, and they're like, okay, well, we can't do it, but it's this easy, so I don't know. Vanilla MF but on crit. Crit is in, English BBS. When I, did the hand cam PSP streams of BBS, I was on crit, wasn't I? I don't know if crit was in, like, the Japanese BBS, like the first one, but I know it was in English. And I think that's what I played it on when I did the hand cam PSP streams. There are probably even more bosses that have these slight differences. I just have not made the mods for them. But it takes like 2 seconds to make these mods because I have all the files dumped for like all versions. Let me try Jafar again. Because I don't know. Maybe I'm dealing. Maybe I'm in beginner mode, so I'm dealing probably way more damage than you normally would if that's fucking up how fast the fight is progressing. Yeah. Anyone tried putting a boss in the wrong game yet? Yeah, it would just crash the game. There's no way it would work. I wish it were that simple, but these games aren't that similar. It's just versions of KH1 versus other versions of KH1. How's this supposed to even work? This is 1J Jafar, if I recall, the mod list right now. I've just seen the speedruns where he's just shooting lasers the whole fight and he's just doing combos on them. It might not fully work. Maybe I missed a file. Profoundly hate this boss. Yeah, me too. This guy's a bitch. So there's the laser. Maybe Goofy is fucking up. I don't know how this works. I had my buddy for real telling me what I was supposed to do here, but I don't know. But all I do know is that he also goes into like this fart form flying around for way longer than in Final Mix, so that's like some indication that it's affected, as well as the way he's staggering is also different. Like, you see how much he's staggering there? He does not do that in Final Mix. And also, if I try to do the thing that you do in Final Mix to keep him in place longer, like that, making him do shell or protect or whatever it is in Final Fantasy. What is the one that you protect against magic damage? Is that shell? That's just what I call this. Like in Final Mix, you do this, and then you get up here, and it's like he's already flying away. It's shell. Okay, yeah, that's what I call it. You got Statner from International FM 18 to 17. Wait, from International to FM? Most of the stat changes from... Most of, like, International to FM is, like, the same. It was mostly J to International that got, like, big changes, but... I guess I didn't see all bosses between International to FM. Most of it's the same. But it does not surprise me that there are some differences like that. 1 point of strength. Because you don't want to do that. This virgin just immediately leaves. What I do know about this fight, though, this strat of it is, at least, you just want him to do the whole laser first, and then you go up there. So I can already tell that's different. You're supposed to, like, wait down here, bait that out, do a finisher, and then go in. And I was leaving. I don't know.
I'm really sorry about this. Run!
Could be damage based. I don't know. I'm in beginner mode, so it's not a pure speedrun guide for this version. It's Janilla coding. Yeah, this is a J Jafar right now. While you're doing that, though, let me pull up a run just so I can piece it together myself real quick. Let me go to speedrub.com, speedrub with a B. There we go, it's actually in my bookmarks. So.
Ground combos to finish
this
fight here.
Glitch guide. The timestamp is wrong, but I can find it. That was the glitched. Help me.
If
with
Aladdin
some of the
behaves,
scripts.
it does enough damage with you here. So you want to roll to the right and bait out the laser, jump up with a Keyblade swing, and knock him to the middle of the platform. You should be able to start going ham with combos, and you want to dodge this laser.
Yeah, he just does another
Get as
laser.
many hits
I wonder if it's
with full
because of
combo
Hurricane Blast as
finishers
well.
as you can.
Let me take off Hurricane Blast.
And whenever he starts to fly away, you have to stagger him twice, and you want to make sure that he's still in the middle of the platform.
Okay, I think I get the idea. Let me try that again. We just take off Hurricane Blast. That could be a huge, like, hugely different property. It's a FM thing right here anyway, so that shouldn't even be on for this. I want to wait for him to do that. I might also be fucking up, like, I think you gotta stagger him twice like that guide said before, so he doesn't do that. Let's try that again. check the video here on that.
And with combos, and knock him to the middle of the platform. You should be able to start going ham with combos.
But he also immediately starts to do laser again. It could be because of my damage.
Get as many hits with full comp.
Even just faster or something. No, what I'm doing is there are differences in a lot of the bosses between releases of this game, and it turns out it's way easier than like people may have assumed to just like get those old versions of the fights back, because the Final Mix and HD, you know, 1.5 being mostly Final Mix under the hood, is so compatible with each other. You can just swap in old files to get old fights back. Like earlier we were fighting international version of Sephiroth where the fight is totally different. Oh, I have Hurricane Blast on. He's leaving it. I don't know. There might be some nuance to this particular fight with his AI, or my damage is just yoked and it makes things work differently. I need standard mode saves for shit like this. Trying to remember off the top of my head what other bosses are different that I haven't made mods for. But these are like the big ones. Beginner Andy. Beginner mode is so fun. Beginner mode, like, is actually very similar to playing vanilla versions, because there used to be 12 power-ups that you could get, excluding synthing. And that got brought down all the way to 5 in Final Mix, and like 6 of those are chests. You go to End of the World, there's 2 power-ups and 2 defense ups in the chests in Final Dimension, right? The Green Trinity in Agrabah, that's a power-up and not an AP up. The fucking, the Yellow Trinity outside of Merlin's house, that's a power-up. Shit like that. There are so many power-ups that got removed from chests, and all those power-ups combined is almost the same as the amount of strength that you get for beginner mode. So when they took those out and they gave all those power-ups to the player at the start of the game in beginner mode, it's like, yeah, here's basically the damage that you would just get for free on the ground in these old versions. It's fucking funny. No wonder I've liked just the experience of playing beginner mode so much more than standard and proud ever since I started fucking around with it. You just get to do damage like you used to. Don't even get me started on the damage that gets displayed in 1J when bosses have 10 less defense than normal, but invisibles have 2 health bars instead of like 1. Game must be harder 120 FPS? I think my stream is just smooth. I'm streaming at 60 FPS. I just have a good ass looking stream. I don't know. But I think that's it. Unless I have other shit like trying to think of what other bosses are drastically different enough to... Looking a little Chinese today. What does that even mean? What's up, David? Invisibles had 2 bars in 1J. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I could try finding the Invisibles file and see if that works the same way. Let's try that real quick. Fuck it. I have a bunch of footage of it, but I'll see. I want to see if that works the same way as the bosses, because I'm pretty sure it will, actually.
Wild time to tune in.
Yo, Brainrot, thank you for the 43 months. Yeah, we're back. I've been working my ass off for a while on my big-ass video. It's almost done. Did the last recording session today. Friday, this video comes out. Alright. Let's see here. I have an index of what the model files are. Let's type in invisible. Heartless Invisible End of the World. How about? And Angel Stars 2. I'll do a bunch while I'm here. Let's show off this process at least. Alright, so I have here my mods folder, OpenKH mod tool, whatever. Let's do KH1J EOTW. Slap this in here for when all the files are ready. So, what I'm looking for, I have an index right here. I'll just copy paste it in chat if you guys are curious about what this is I'm looking at. It lists what all the model files correspond to. So I'm just going to take all of the files associated with invisibles. I don't even care where they're from. 2290.mlds from my 1J dump folder. Alright, there's one. 92. And 2299. Bam. While I'm doing this, I might as well get Angel Stars, because they have 1.5 bars and it's very funny. Ninja Gaiden 4 is Kino. I do want to play it. It looks really fucking cool. That is not an Angel Star. I don't know what the hell that is. No, it is. I'm looking at the wrong numbers. There we go. And as far as I know, Dark Balls are actually the same health. Which is crazy because you'll see if this works at least. But if not, I have recordings of it that'll just show anyways. Alright. Let's see if that works. Build and run. Fire and war. What save should I load for this, I wonder? Might as well just load my Giga level 100. Damage is kind of the same anyways compared to like level 42. Funnily enough. If this works. I haven't tried it with Heartless yet. I don't know if world scaling gets involved in the mix, but if it doesn't for bosses, I don't think it will for this. Do these guys respawn when you run through here? Like the fights that just fall on you? I know it does at the end, but what about just through here? If not, then I do know where to find some of these guys anyways in the next room. I'll just kill this behemoth for fun as well on her. You know this behemoth at the end has a 5% chance of dropping at Omega Arts? Which you also just used to get in the chest in this room as well. You used to just get 2 Omega Arts for free in vanilla, but you have to get Giga Lucky just for a second one. I wonder if I'll get it. It'd be very funny to just randomly get right now. Also, Behemoths never had variations in vanilla, like this Guy Fieri variant. They all used to just be the same, no matter what. So it makes sure Goofy doesn't just kill everything with Tornado. I forgot he's set to kill. Well, what do you look at that? I guess I have 3 Lucky Strikes on, but I just got the Omega Arts. That's... whatever, man. What the fuck ever. One Lucky Strike, 2, 3. That's 3 Lucky Strikes. I don't know how much that affects the, you know, odds, but there we go. I never knew that that existed. Alright, so this room is funny. It actually does have mobs if you fall into the right spots, like right here. Let's see if it works. It did not. These guys are supposed to have 1.5 bars. This is where, like, the world battle level might be taking precedent over the stats of the enemies from the OG. Or maybe I missed a file or some weird shit. Who knows, maybe that's stored in a different file, like the M set, but that wasn't the case for Sephiroth. I try the Invisibles, though. I haven't seen them yet. Did OG have the 2 behemoths where only one is weak to gravity? It only had 1 behemoth, but I think the difference there is that one of them was classified as a boss, the other ones were classified as enemies, so their gravity resistance was different. Or rather, the damage cap or something of that sort, but they were all the same, like, design. They're just behemoth. This one has, like, behemoth, arch-behemoth, and then that weird 3rd one that's in the Olympus Cup. I didn't just do this one, did I? I did. How the fuck did I get the other one? This opportunity to have us climb this section instead of dropping. I think that every time I come in this area, because, like, so many other worlds have, like, platforming challenges, and this one would be the ultimate one. But instead you just jump down and you get to miss all the chests that suck anyways, because they're just full of gummy ship pieces you don't need because you're at the end of the fucking game anyways. Unless it's FM, you care about gummy ship missions, but even so, Vanilla didn't have any of those, and they had even more gummy pieces in this bullshit. One of them was a Haste 2 piece in here, which is like, okay, if you didn't buy that from Sid, then what do you need that for? You can just warp everywhere now that you've gotten here. Unless you missed Atlantica and you really, or skipped one of those worlds, or like Olympus, you really want to go back with Haste 2, which, like, who cares at that point? Fallen Rest Fight's a good spot. I'm just thinking about the fucking, I don't want the Neo Shadows to show up, but I guess it'd be better than this. But shit, I have Encounter Plus. Let me just see this spawn real quick, and then I'll go there. Hollow Bastion Portal doesn't... I can't go back to that, though. That disappears once you do it. Every chest in this world was different, too, except for, like, 3. And they also used to be way better. You can tell all this information is fucking front-loaded in my brain because my 38-page script. I've just been thinking about it like every fucking day. You see that? Yellow. Yellow health. Right there. Why did that work for these guys, not the other ones? But the damage? Let's see if that also... Yep! That's the damage cap in 1J. 300 health flat, which is 1 bar. And he's dead. And he's gone. That's one step closer to, you know... Where's the clip? I love this clip so much. So that damage you can get on a bare bones Japanese playthrough, if you're just running through the game, you can get that damage if you crit with Oblivion at like level 40 whatever, just rolled up at that world, like didn't do any other optional content. You get that damage that I have with level 100 fucking Ultima. You can just do that much damage with a crit. Yo, Renachan, thank you for the 38 months. I don't know, I wish I knew where the file I rendered of this on my computer is, because every time I want to show this file, I just have to dig through my Twitter to find the actual one. Alright, to Twitter we go. Need to bookmark this shit. Is there a mod to replace stats with 1J? Well, it seems that the stats for enemies and bosses get carried through their model file. Which, like, what you just saw was the stats of a 1J invisible that has such a low defense that their damage cap happens to be exactly the same as 1 full bar, as opposed to, like, 60% of 1 bar when you're, like, giga juiced. And they also have, like, 1 health bar instead of 2. It seems that all of that gets carried through, including EXP. I wonder if you can drag and drop weapons the same as enemies. That, I know, is stored in a file called, like, blt.bin or whatever. I guess I'll try that, because I haven't tried that yet. I'm curious, because that's, like, all the battle data is stored in that file, including, like, a bunch of shit. I wonder if that would crash the game or not. I tried literally just, like, taking everything that is part of, like, the dumped files from, like, 1J and 1E and making that a mod, but it just, like, crashed the game for some unknown reason. But it's possible that a majority of those files work. It's just, like, some problem files don't work in this apparatus. Also something that's noteworthy, I guess, this version didn't have pink agaricus spawns, and instead those rooms have extra exclusive white mushroom spawns, like the treehouse and deep jungle. There's 2 places those guys can show up in deep jungle, and same with where they show up in Atlantica. That's something. Why is this so hard to find? I hate Twitter. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Why don't you full screen? There we go. There's an angel star. The 300 health damage cap. I don't know how damage caps work. I think they're based on the defense stat of the enemy. I don't know if there are any other factors that determine like how much damage an enemy can take, but it seems to also carry through with this file. So like, because it just worked in this. This is the playthrough of 1J where I basically just did like the any % run through the game, don't do anything, with Oblivion hitting for +4 crits and everything, all the extra strength ups applied as well, just fucking rolling. Someone who's heavily modified BTL BL.bin with hex editing, I can say that it does have all the useful stuff in it, but many things get overridden by the remastered files. AFAC, EFOC, many of those overrides still haven't been found yet. That's good to know. Thank you for being a knower. I like when I do stuff like this, every now and then people just come out of the woodworks and actually know this shit. I need to I want to research more of this because I want to try and like, some of this stuff has been done through Lua, but I want to see how much of it can be done through just file patching, considering some of this is so like, you know, compatible. What did you just call him? You guys haven't heard of EFOC, which is coffee spelled backwards? Which is funny, because before I've had my coffee, I don't give EFOC. You guys haven't been on TikTok and it shows. Anyways, this is the damage I'm able to do right now, actually, because it carried over. But I'm so strong on this save file, I can do that with a basic hit. I guess the best way probably to replicate the stuff that's in that .bin file would be just hex editing myself, because I have it bookmarked. I have like the documentation of what's in those files and like where the offsets are. So I could probably just go through that and be like, okay, yeah, at this level you get this ability instead of this final mix bullshit, you know. It would be a lot harder to do than just like slapping one file in, but I'll try that just cause. Why not? Let me just see some more of these invisibles though. Worked on a rebalance mod that modified ability progression, character stats, weapon stats. Is that the that wasn't like a vanilla replication, right? That was just like a different custom progression overhaul. Still very relevant. That's the same kind of shit that I'd be working with here. I just want to have it all done through Lua instead of oh, no, I don't want to have it done through Lua. I want it done through file patching, is what I was saying. Do these guys respawn? They do, but these are not the droids. Yeah, I was thinking about the abilities earned through events. I was gonna do the opposite of that and like make it so that you don't get Xantas Sukin for Kurt Ziza, and you don't get a Keyblade for Sephiroth and Ice Titan to be like vanilla. You could just use that to not have anything show up. You know how to do that? Remove the bonus from the game. That's what I'm trying to do. Was that Goofy Shield? That's 7 elements. That's his best MP shield. It's a synthable. Raises it by 3. 7 emoji shield. Imagine a texture editor of that and it's just 7 emojis. You can make it blank so it's doable. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Also, shit like the, you know, the infinite jumping out of bounds glitch in vanilla, that also might be, like the .ard files are like the map, like room files. I think if I were to import that, it would also give me the infinite jump glitch again. As well as, you were never forced to fly in this area, you actually could land here. They made it fly only at some point. I think Final Mix. You used to be able to just walk here if you held square. I think we'll get more invisibles here if the Neo Shadows don't piss me off. That's another thing. How do I make it so that rare Heartless don't show up? I'll have to figure that out. Oh, here they are. I don't know why the Angel Stars didn't work, but here are the invisibles with a yellow bar that also die in turrets. No Janilla, Churnerbug? I guess I could do that. I wonder what I would also have to do to make the music revert. I wonder if that would be included with it. Let's try it. Let's try some more random shit. First of all, I want to try slapping in that dot whatever file. It's probably not gonna work. The like the battle bin. I'm gonna start calling it that. The battle bin. Just say 1J. Why not? Most of my mods are 1J. They'd probably be more or less the same, but I might as well try it. Here we go. And I just made a mod. That will probably crash the game. I actually don't know if I'll be able to tell if this is working because, like, this is affecting a lot of things. I don't know where to start. I actually don't know everything this affects. Let me look at the documentation real quick before I boot this up so I know what I'm looking for. It might affect keyblades? Let's see. Fuck it. It might not even... It's probably not even gonna work. That's interesting. Let's load something very early. So I can maybe tell if it doesn't crash right here, which it will. It hasn't crashed yet. Okay. This is right after... Where am I? I don't have dodge roll, but I don't Goofy are here. What's happening? What kind of a save file is this? What happened? I have fire? I don't have dodge roll. I do have dodge roll, dumbass. It's not a shared ability. Okay, so this is right after, guard armor, I guess. Oh, like I have instant gummy, so I can go level up off of whatever I can level up off of right now. Do I not have a save file that's literally just like awakening? It's so nice not having to worry about wearing headphones on stream now that I have these ear crones. Real quick though, I want to see what other saves do I have. I maybe skipped over some. I guess if I really want to start awakening, just, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just start a game. Soundpack is 0 AP. Wait a minute! Whoa, I did see that. I didn't realize it. I did see that. Didn't it? That's interesting because it doesn't, that's not an ability that this file knows how to deal with, so it's just like, yeah, this ability that doesn't exist has a 0 AP cost because it doesn't have a fucking thing associated with it. Hold up. Hold the fort. Oh, was that just 0 EXP? That would make more sense. I guess we can use the Twitch Rewind feature to figure that out. Okay, I got excited. For nothing. But what that person was saying earlier was that, like, there are things in, like, the remastered set of files that are taking priority here and making it more like Final Mix just from there. Yeah, 0EXP doesn't cost anything in KH1 because they added it to HD, so yeah, just don't have this thing cost anything. Which, you know, makes sense. And it's always 0. What are you going, Kaisen on stream? What am I gonna talk about? What? Huh. What is this, KH3? Dude! It's reversed! Everything Sora's doing is reversed. What? Why did this happen? Excuse me? I mean, I guess I did, slap a file from the Japanese version hastily into the final mix, but I didn't think it would... I just didn't think it'd be Chinese. Yo, perfect low hops? Yeah, I've been practicing. I've been in the lab, that's why I wasn't alive for a week. If I had Combo Master, I guess I could gain infinite height. I don't know. This is something. Okay, well, I have to see how far this goes then. Some of the things that haven't been found are the remaster exclusive abilities. Certain aspects of Combo Master 0EXP are defined somewhere other than the stock game files. How do you explain this? This is the battle bin or whatever of KH1J just slapped in here, and it's causing a lot of weird things to happen. Dude, I can't fucking hit this thing. I just want to kill Darkseid, see what happens. This is what fighting in a dream feels like. Hey, I generated KH1. I walk away for 5 minutes and Sham's dog shit at the game now? Oh my god. Hello, boo boo. Look at this. Everything's all backwards. I'm doing air combos on the ground and ground combos in the air because these files are whatever. Slender is crazy. I actually cannot break this thing. All my combos are, like, specifically designed to not work right now because everything's reversed. Oh. Is it like an off by one thing? It seems that way. Oh, we finally broke it. Play rando like this? Oh my god. Oh, that's why I have to break this thing too. Can I just lift it and throw it? Oh no, it's even lower to the ground. Prada in that box. Oop, found the right angle. Maybe. This is like those TikToks that, like, have you ever seen those TikTok live streams where it's like this extremely long process of, like, the streamer trying to do something that would have, like, some kind of payoff, and it never happens, and then the video loops, and then it starts going back to, like, them setting up the thing that everybody's waiting for. Have you ever seen those? This is what this feels like. There we go, I made it through. Yeah, drunk KH1. I just want to see if this affects the abilities that I get. I just don't remember what the ability spread is for like the charts for vanilla. New playthrough idea? Play the whole game like this? Fuck no. That'd be funny though. Who knows? Oh god. Uh-oh. Do at least guard armor. I wonder if it would be like this if I loaded the actual saves that I have like partly through the game. Yeah, I don't think I tried when I was just running around earlier. Imagine just clicking onto this stream just now. Imagine if I did a stream and just like, KH1, any percent beginner speed runs, and I was just trying to play the game like this, no explanation. And everybody in chat was like, dude, this guy sucks! Why do you suck so much? And I'm doing things that are like impossible to do this wrong. And pretending I'm just like bad at the game, but I'm just doing air combos in the ground and ground combos in the air. I don't know why this didn't crash. I was expecting this to just immediately crash and I would just try something else. I want to see what this fight's gonna be like. This actually might be helpful here. Oh my god. This is something else. Oh my god, I just realized, hold on. I think I can still do it actually. I never used the beginner mode power-ups. I'm actually just playing on normal right now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yo, what's up, Glitch? We are, we may have gotten too deep into experimenting with, old version files. Somebody give this up to Glitch. He's been helping me big time research shit for the script. It's coming out this Friday, by the way. Deadline. 31st. I want to get, like, my first ability to see if this is giving me vanilla ability routes, other than doing whatever the hell this is doing right now. Real? Yeah. I posted the fucking thumbnail with the date on it. How can I not deliver? Am I lying? You know how shitty I would feel? No way. It's almost done anyways. I just did the last bit of re-recording and shit I've added. It's a 38-page script and it's all recorded. I just have to put all the clips to the voice, which is not hard to do compared to a long-ass voiceover, that's for sure. Having to worry about a voiceover is a very new concept for me, especially for a video that's an hour long. But I think all this time I've been working on it, I finally learned how to factor all that in with a good workflow. I hate the video files. That'd be concerning. I have that shit on my main hard drive. Oh, well, I'll have to give it a shot. Why aren't his controls inverted too? His combos inverted.
What are you afraid of? Don't tell me you're giving
There might be a
up
perfect
already.
height that would get this hit to land. Oh, here we go. Oh, fucking god. Why do I not have a save file that's right before guard armor? How did I fuck that up? I'm in beginner mode. Oh. Just want to see what I get when I level up to see if it's affected. What are the first abilities that sword gets in vanilla? On both versions, actually. Like, what does it get on Final Mix versus vanilla? Like the very first level up ability. I don't know what level. That way I know if it's being changed. You can hit him with a coconut? Did he just get hit by a coconut that fell? Hold on.
Don't tell me you're giving up already.
This is not the time to try that. Yo, anonymous gifts of the glitch, thank you. There we go. Sora's kid's fucked up on Don and Goofy's be fucked up too. I don't know. Oh, this is... I don't know the fucking logic to this. Combo plus for sword, I think. It's the first ability? It would make sense, I guess. I know in FM it's slide dash. I guess that's all I need to know, actually, is that that'd be the first thing that's changed. So I'm trying to think if this file controls a lot of things, like it also might control Keyblade stats, maybe ability routes as well. Then if it's just like weird shit like this that I have to like hand change back, it would save a lot of time of hex editing all this stuff to be just vanilla. Because I don't want a mod like this to be done in Lua. Getting it done through file patching. If this shit ever got updated on Steam, it would still work. Plus, it would work on other versions as well. I'm pretty sure. Without having to worry about offsets that can change and all this other bullshit that sucks. Lua, I think, is overrated. We just don't have the tools to do this shit more easily without ROM editing. Or RAM, rather. This is ROM editing. Wait, I'm trying to hit this. This is not the other thing. Could you hack the items in to quickly check the stats? I guess so. I guess my other saves should work for that technically because I could just look at this. Let me save here and I'll keep this save, but I want to see how the fuck do I save? That button, okay. Let's save here. I'll come back to this if need be, but I'm just gonna check everything else. Just a little above 100. My fucking right earbuds just turned off. Oh, it just crashed. There must be something. Maybe when it's trying to read files that don't exist, it crashes, but starting the game before I get those. I probably have other saves that'll work that aren't 100% save files. Let's try a different one. Something that isn't so far into the game. Why is this earbud just turned off? What do you mean power off? New abilities are the problem? I think it's more like new keyblades. Okay, here we go. This is that shit from earlier. Ripple Drive 0, Stun Impact 0, Leaf Bracer 0. It doesn't have values associated with their AP costs because it shouldn't exist. I don't have any keyblades where I can see the difference though, god damn it. Royal Crown has no values associated with it, so yeah, all the final mix ability stuff is, does MP Gift cost 1 now? If this were vanilla... Oh, Goofy actually does have it. It says 2 MP, but that's just the text. Let me see, how do I... Sorry, my fucking earbud turned off and I don't know why it's not reconnected. What do you mean? Both of them just turned off. Nice, hold on. Bro, turn the off on. Okay, that one's on. There we go. Okay.
Stop! 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 Stop!
That costs 2. It might be a different file that controls that. Wait, what about ours, though? I guess that'd be the same logic. And that was also... Wait, how much was that just now? I'm not touching anything.
Come on!
What? What do you mean strike rate? Okay, this is definitely not the way to go about this, but it's very funny how this is erroring out. He just threw his keyblade at the wall because it's just not working. But look at the cost. The cost is bad. No, it's bad. The cost is 2 again. Custom R's. Had a thing happen where Magnet Burst and Round Break properties will no work for KH2 Vanilla Sora. Same thing happened with File Mix modifiers in this game as well. It's happening with a lot of things right now, including everything, it seems. Are all of ours crits? Or it's the 7th and 13th hit. 7th, 12th, and 13th hits are guaranteed crits for ours. My fucking earbuds are tweaking. They're off, and I don't know why. I think it's because the Bluetooth thingamabob in the back is too far away. It's getting interfered with. Oh, we're good. You have Sonic Blade in this file? Oh no. I don't think so. This is a I didn't do optional shit. Oh, I do. Okay. It just did like the first hit of ours and immediately stopped. It's like everything's offset and things are looking for the wrong thing, so I'm doing ground hits in the air, everything's on the ground. I want to try this, but with the international files instead. There might be more compatibility to it. Because this is just the J files, which, if these don't, like, this is like extra scuffed. We might not be playing Bloodborne tonight, we might just be fucking with this all night, because this is fun. We'll see. Let's see what's going on. I'm having a lot of fun doing this bullshit right now. Alright, let's do the KH1 battle bin, as I'm calling it. Battle bin. What's the move for Halloween? Because you asked, I'll announce it specifically. I am running back the Minnesota Fats Pool Legend single player attempt to beat that game. Now that I know what I'm getting myself into with it. I'm going to do it on the CRT, and the outfit will be... I'll have a webcam for to see where I'm sitting behind the CRT, but I'm going to do male Namisa. But I'm actually gonna see. I'm gonna try my ass off to beat that game this time. Run it back at Atlantic City. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I just got the English version of all this running. Let's try that again. Alright, same shit is broken.
Force! Stop! Fire!
Okay, been able to make 2 MPRs and 3 MP strike rate. Well, technically that was just in effect, but with a lot of other side effects. But the way that I would do this realistically is instead of slapping in the, you know, broken-ass file, or the file that controls all that shit in vanilla, I would just hex edit it myself, which there's a lot of documentation out there on how to do it and like where the values are, so I can just do that by hand as opposed to what I'm trying to do right now where everything is breaking. But you know, it is possible. I know how to do it, I think. I guess I haven't tried it, but like, I'm looking at a spreadsheet right now, right? Here, I'll pull it up on the main viewer. Right, so this is KH1.5 documentation by GICU, who also pointed me in the right direction for, like, literally just ripped the international Sephiroth model file, which just straight up had all of his AI in there. So shoutouts to him for getting me on the right track for actually getting the method for this vanilla boss shit working. Also has all this documentation on, this is Final Mix, like all these values are like, see, this is the files I was just fucking with, battle bin, as I call it. So like, the sounds that weapons make when you hit with them, fucking, it goes on. Battle ability AP costs, I don't know if this, yeah, file battle bin. Affects AP costs, so like one of the things you would do for vanilla is make training limit 5 AP again instead of 1. You got changed to 1 AP. Like AP cost, whatever. Drops. I guess this also controls synths. I wonder, does this have documentation on where the, what file controls the synth shops? Maybe it's the battle bin as well. Maybe I should go to the synth shop to see if that changed. All the items you get and like how many are required to advance the page. Magic should be in a different bin since they weren't affected. Probably. The requirements, it doesn't say. Bambi drops. Bambi drops are part of the model file. Holy shit. All the drop rate that was like better for all this shit, it's just part of Bambi's model file. Well, there you go. That's all of that restored in one fucking go, it seems. Assuming it works when I put it in. But, yeah, all this shit is just stored as part of the model, what seems to be the model file, but there's so much more to it. Who knows if, like, whatever this .dat file is, I haven't changed any of those before, but, you know, assuming it works all the same, you can just do that and you get all that shit back. Enemy stats and drops also seem to be part of the model file, so literally just slapping in the original model files gets you stats and drops from vanilla. Worked with the invisibles earlier, but not with the angel stars, but maybe I missed a file. Or affected the wrong angel stars or something. How could there be wrong angel stars? They almost show up in like 2 places. I don't know. Static items, these are chests. .ards, I don't know. I guess I want to try that next. Yeah, I want to get Traverse Town District 1 from Japanese popped into this to see if the postcard barrel becomes a postcard barrel again, and not the chest. What is the room name of the first district? First district. Remastered TO01.ARD. This is a long ass file name. Postcard barrel. KH1J. When you go up and take the blue Trinity to the balcony, and there's a chest that has a postcard in it, in Japanese is a barrel that you break and the postcard pops out of it. In that version only. It's very weird. I would test something like the End of the World where you can jump out of bounds, but that's a lot harder to get the right spot for, so I'd rather change something I can change like right away. I just want to make sure this is the right first district. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves trying to change map files. I don't know about all that yet. This is also probably affected by changing the battle bin, but too much gets broken when you do that, so I'd probably just do that by hand. Yeah, battle bin again. Abilities on level ups. EXP. I think that's the same across all 3 versions. I wonder where weapon stats are. That's what I want to see. Keyblade stats. It's also probably part of the battle bin. Weapon stats. Yep, battle bin. Did I check that when I let's boot up that curse shit again to see if the I guess I wasn't able to. Let's try other save files, see if I have one that has like Oblivion or not Oblivion, Olympia or some shit like that. See, Keyblade, they got changed. 10 Strength Mel Chocobo. 9 Olympia. 10 Divine Rose. Okay, that's vanilla stats as part of this, other than the fucked up side effects. Interesting. It works. It's also broken, but it works. Also, my earbuds just turned off, and I don't know why. I need to get a better connection for them. Too much interference, I think. But yeah, that affects the Keyblade stats. It makes sense. It's the file for it. It's just too much that's broken about it, it seems. Yo, Mikey with the 54 months. Thank you. The question is if it's easier to fix the janky or rewrite stuff. It's probably easier just to do it by hand with hex editing, because all the files are documented anyways. Like, this is at least it proves that it can be done through that file. And that also seems to affect, I don't think any accessories got changed, more so just the ones that got added, which this file breaks all of them because they don't have any reference points. They don't have any data, so it's just a null accessory as far as the game knows right now. I wonder, do I have any chests I could get where I could see if they're different? I want to go to End of the World and open up the chest, see if I get 2 strength ups for nothing. That might be stored in the world files and not in this weird-ass file. Let's see. What if I ran past a chest on the save? I don't think so. Cost of spells is also in the table. I guess cost of limits is the more relevant one, because I guess if I tried the J files, I could see if fire becomes half a bar again. Go back to the J files, I had those earlier, I just didn't think of it. And all the chests I got, except for that one, but I don't know what the fuck that is anyways. Check the Final Mix blades to see if they have stats. I think the Final Mix blades crash the game when you have them. Because accessories, they don't crash the game because they don't have any assets associated with them. They don't have like a picture or a 3D model. But the ones that do, just don't know what to do when the game crashes. Because it's not something, I don't know. I forgot, I gave myself like 400 critical pluses on this save file when I was testing crits. That's funny to look at. Forgot about that. Wishing star at home. Can you find the wisdom within and show valor on the battlefield to become the master of your destiny and conquer? This is like a Martin Cabello quote. Is your king dumb? Thank you for that, I guess. That's the battle bin. That is cursed, but it also is a good proof of concept that these things can be just slapped in like that. I don't think if there's anything else that's worth fucking with on the fly here, I guess. Well, that proves that you can't just slap that file in without a million side effects, but everything is documented here, so I'd be able to do it by hand for all these are just Keyblade cosmetics and, like, what the sounds are. That doesn't have to be changed. But, like, ability routes controlled by that file, all the values are right here, you can just change them. Just like vanilla, you go to the fucking, what is it, the ability lookup, you find the code. And this is not mapped out fully, but I do have other references for the values that these are. Yeah, I'll be able to do this with file patching and not coding it in Lua and having it not work after I get some surprise patch. It's good to know. I think that's gonna be my next project once this video is done. Because unironically, boss scripts was actually the hard part, and that seems to actually be the easy part. Contrary to previous knowledge from the people trying to do this shit. Vanilla replication. I just cannot believe that not only are, like, any AI differences stored in the model files, but also stats. Fucking, like, health, defense, EXP, AI is all stored. They're Bambi's drop tables, which are so much better in vanilla. I don't know how to fucking parse that. It's crazy. Are my headphones working? Let me try playing music. Okay, they are. They're stored in the balls. That ability menu about to be the next rando thumbnail. It'd be so cool to do, like, have this mod working and then see if, like, you do, like, a vanilla randomizer. I think it would just be cool to just play and or maybe even speedrun the fucking vanilla versions. Remove cutscene skip too. I wonder how that'd be done. That'd probably be some, like, EXE editing shit and just make it all function like the Divine Rose cutscene. Shit like that I wouldn't want to go as far as to remove, but, like, it'd be funny though. You gotta admit. Okay. I think that's all that's pertinent about KH1 here. That was a lot longer of a showcase than I thought it was going to be. But it's very exciting. Something I'll be able to poke at once I'm done with the video and it's all out. It'll be cool to follow it up with, oh yeah, here's the fucking original game preserved. That's my ambition right now. I'm trying to think. The abilities will be weird being Janelle, but also new abilities. I'd be able to remove, if I did a vanilla ability routes, you just wouldn't get Leaf Bracer, you wouldn't get Combo Master, you wouldn't get none of that shit. It just would not appear. It'd be in the game, but you wouldn't unlock it via normal means. You would just have the vanilla routes, so, like, no fucking Hurricane Blast either. All that shit can just be restored by hand. And that's what I'm gonna try and do. No, like, the hard part is possible. I could even remove Diamond Dust, one winged angel showing up as a reward for those fights. No Zantetsuken either. That's something you can also do, is just remove those pop-up ability gets. All of it seems reasonably possible. Maybe some of it more easily than others. I'll be able to do without doing it by hand. I'm trying to think if I have the energy in me to do Bloodborne after this. I'm kind of pooped. What do you guys think? You know how to get rid of Combo Master, though? It is not in the battle table. Good point, actually. Well, I guess... Have you guys tried opening it up in, Cheat Engine to see what, like, file it's pointing to? That's how we found, like, what file Sephiroth's AI was pointing to. Have you tried doing that yet? At this point, At this point, I don't trust when people say, we don't know how to do it. Because to me, that means you haven't figured it out. Because look at this shit that nobody had, like, put out there before. Time to finally play Megabon. I don't know. I think the time for that game has passed. I bought it, but I was like, okay. Played Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, and that mogged the whole schedule that day. Handled by the battle table in the remaster, but it's just a guess. Let's take a look at that, actually. I can just look at that. I have the data. KH1. Bin files. This is not the remastered one. The remastered is in file folder. Remastered. And then there's this. This is formatted differently. .big, .lit. What kind of file extensions are these? UK ability help and name. UK item help. .huge. EA big. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Something that I also want to try and fuck with is vanilla maps, because some of these maps have differences. Maybe I'll try that real quick before I sign off. My headphones are kind of tweaking anyways, so I will come back tomorrow with a proper Bloodborne session. Yo, keeping it classy. Thank you for the 49 months. Good. Joe. Yeah. I want to see if I can't get a vanilla map going as well before I sign off for the night. That'd be pretty big. And I know just what the test for this is. I want to see what is the. I'm gonna find the first district in Beverstown. What is that? Or the ARDs? There you are. What if I just popped in all the ARDs from? You know what? I'm just gonna sloppily grab all of them from the original and dump them into FM. Take it from J. That's not the right folder. Actually, I found a better way to dump these, didn't I? Yeah. Where? Here we go, ISO tools folder. Fuck it, let's just try them all, so I don't have to pick and choose the files. ARDs, all of them. I don't have to worry about if there are any new ones in this because they won't get replaced. This is about to be crazy. And by crazy, I mean it'll just crash within 1 second of trying to boot the game, and it's like, oh, well, it didn't work, lol. But, you know, who knows? If it works, it works. I have a little Python script that was made for me for this that just takes all the files and puts them into this structure because these mods are not good tools to make mods for. Okay, well, there's that. KH1 maps by Sham's dumb ass, patching every file, every map file in the game, the .ards, without any precaution. Let's see what happens. This is me, dude. That's just skip the copyright scene. Do I not have a mod that has this been doing that every time I've rebooted up the game where it skips the first like copyright logos? Or am I just tweaking? I don't know. It did not crash. It still hasn't crashed. Is that... Wait, why is it a box? Well, hold up. Hold up. That's... It worked, but not accurately. Look! Isn't it supposed to be a barrel? Like an urn? It didn't drop the postcard. Okay, two very weird things have happened. That is supposed to be a barrel, not a box, and when you break it, it's supposed to drop the postcard. Also, what the hell was that, like, explosion? Everything's working, but not quite. But it didn't crash the game.
Fire!
It's always been a box, dude, to get the postcard already? I didn't even take the blue trinity on this save file, so no. What about chests? I don't want Blizzard, or else I could confirm. Fuck. If that's a... No, that's always a defensive, actually. You knock the box into Goofy? I think that... Hold on. I don't think that matters. Who knows, maybe that's why they... Actually, you might be honest with me, maybe that's why they changed it from a breakable box into a chest. Maybe it was missable before. No way. Oh, you're talking about the explosion? Oh, chests are in the battle table, so they won't be changed. Yeah, I could see that. Interesting that this worked though, but it's not supposed to be a box. Maybe it's just the difference between Final Mix and PC, having it load in like this instead. The explosion is just bogged, huh? I think the battle bin, the battle table, dot bin, is also controlling drops. Like this is supposed to actually be here. Sees you? What happened over here? Recoded? That's normal. Oh. I wonder if it crashed because, like, Sniper Wild showed up or something? I don't know. Okay, I gotta see more of this now. There's no way.
They put bugs in him.
Yo, impersonate, thank you for the 41 months. Welcome to, Glitch in the Matrix KH1 right here. I'm trying to think, what other areas could possibly be significant here? I'm talking about, oh yeah, Monstro Mouth. Monstro Mouth. You know about this shit, right? Talking about some barrels and boxes. It's under the ground, but it's there. Oh, you wanna know why? It's because the mouth has been lifted. That's why. Interesting that it works, though, in some form. It makes them spawn just incorrectly. What about... I need to find one that's before the world changes. I guess I could also try, End of the World, like the last bit. Assuming I have a save file that won't crash the game by that point. There we go, I'll just chamber 4, go backwards. I also wonder if any of this will make Monstro have a chance of not showing up when you try to warp to him. In vanilla versions, there's a 50% chance when you warp to Monstro if he'll swallow you again or not. And that's like another RNG element to the speedrun beyond just Hook's ship, where, like, Monstro can swallow you, and... Is that something you want to happen or not? I forget. I think you want to have him not swallow you so you can just go straight to Halloween Town in peace. Why are they gray? They're here, but they this is like this game's version of no texture from like I guess that is. Yeah, these are the boxes. These are the cursed boxes in 1J that seemingly have no purpose. I don't know about those though. I think those are always there to block you from getting Dumbo or whatever. Yeah, those are always there. I think they're just loading in a different texture that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, these boxes had a unique texture that, like, they got rid of because they didn't actually end up using these past 1J. But this is the box. You guys know about this box? Let me show you what this box is supposed to look like. This, right here. Perfect timing. See this shit? This is what this is supposed to look like. This is why this is here. Have you ever seen that box anywhere else in this fucking game? No, and I guess it makes sense. It doesn't have a texture anymore. I scuffed up my PS3 FM disc as a kid and got texture edits like this. I remember finding a way to fuck with the PS3's audio settings where you just did not have music on 1.5. It was just voices and sound effects, but there was no music. I remember thinking, oh, you might be able to do something with that. Yeah, these are the very same boxes that I'm looking at right now that don't have a texture with them, but they're loaded in with the ARD, so it looks like that can be done. It's just, how the fuck do you restore the texture? Yeah, it's like a darker wood, and it also has more of like the yellow. I don't know. You know, it's like the same box model, it's just a unique texture. I don't know how to bring that back, but it probably can be done by hand. And here it is. The boxes that, I guess all they help you do is make that jump, which is like, whatever, because it's not like you're going to be able to get that. It's very weird. You can also push them in the water and they do nothing. I can't even push them. Are the textures normally in the ARD? I have no idea. This is my first day out here doing shit like this. I guess third day. I don't know where the textures would be. Oh, that one worked. And there it goes. The creepypasta thing it's about to be. I kill myself. Yeah, you know, maybe you know, it actually makes a lot of sense. If this game is looking for, if that file is looking for the texture, it can't find it because it's in the remaster folder. Should map that to a button in Steam. I have a, what I should do instead of trying to guess, I have a TXT file of what all the macros are. But I guess I could do that, but that's a lot of shit. No. I have the text file right there. I just keep forgetting. Yeah, it must be looking for the non-remastered textures. But they aren't there because it's not, you know, vanilla. So it's probably easy to get those back if you just add it in, right? Okay, Donald, what the hell? I just did not make any saves. I want to get to End of the World. I think here's what we're going to do for the last stretch of this stream. I want to get to End of the World and see if this ARD changing lets you do the out of bounds in like right after final rest. I don't have any saves for that I don't think... you know what I actually do? Hold on. I do not need to beat the game to get there. Let me kill this guy real quick though for fun. I forget what AI I have loaded in for him, if it's international or not, or Japanese. I think it's international. I'll try doing the crazy loop again. gotta try that again. These headphones have some growing pains. Got a USB-C to USB, so I can plug it in the front. I think it being in the back is fucking up the signal. Thankfully it's not affecting the stream though, right? PS2 textures should be there, but in different file format. Maybe the game can't interpret that anymore. I wonder if I can find that texture file and put it in the game, or in the mod, and it'll like be able to find it after that. That'd be funny. Having it just work like that. That also made me think, like, with how seemingly compatible these files are from time to time. If you could unremaster the game by having the game look for all the original textures instead. But it seems that it's probably programmed to not do that, considering all of these map files are from the OG, but it's still pulling the remastered files. But I guess you could just try and find the non-remastered files and put them over the remastered ones. I don't know. I wouldn't try to do that, though. That's too much effort for something that's not worth doing. I still want it to be HD.
You're nothing.
Bro, this guy's so aggro, I can't even get him to flinch. I'll try it one more time. I mean, I did it earlier. I don't have a point to prove, but it's just so fun when you pull it off. KH1 mode? You mean international? Unremastered, you mean? That would be funny. You could even slap 4x3 into it. At that point, no, you just boot up the PS2 version. Which Riku 2 is the hardest? This one. I'm on beginner mode, so it's not as hard as it would be. But even on normal mode, maybe because it was the speedrun was like pick sword, drop shield, I think. He was kicking my ass on normal. Just trying to do this loopy like the speedrunner practice files. Compared to J, which had like the same stats and levels and everything, where the damage was like nothing compared to this. Oh! That's not cute. KH1J Riku, it's not only the easiest version in the game, but also the easiest Riku. Alright, close it mode. Let me try loading up a save file that I had that is 050 end of the game. Beginner mode. I don't think I have any. I think I loaded up earlier and it was fine. Oh, great. I should just realized. Can I make it out of here before it into ant mode? No, I can't soft reset or use any of these macros as ant Sora. God damn it. I gotta do the whole thing again. Janilla mix. I want to make like a sham mix where I just take my personal favorite parts of all three and put it into one. I could take like international Riku, Japanese Tiger Head, Japanese Rock Titan with 15 health bars I could throw in there. I think it's funny when he has 15 health bars to compensate for being the easiest motherfucker in the whole game. Can't soft reset Shadow Sora. Yeah, I don't think all the things work for it. Yeah, that would have done it if not. 2 MPRs, 3 MP strike raid. Maybe I would still keep MP gift like 2 MP, but put it somewhere between 30 and 42, somewhere in the middle. I don't know. That's a little too creative, though. It was either one or the other from, like, the actual versions that existed. 10 strength Divine Rose. Make Oblivion specific. Yo, whoa. Some more broken textures here. This is like one of those Rorschach tests. What do you guys see? I see some big ass titties. You keep the jump glitch? Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a fun little thing you can do right at the end of the game before cashing in. In fact, I'm about to go and see if it works. I really have to piss. Tell me what happened. Tell me if this cutscene breaks or the game crashes or whatever.
So the darkness is flowing out of that keyhole.
No wonder there are more and more Heartless everywhere. The only way to stop them is...
seal the keyhole, right?
Maybe, but no one knows what will happen once it's sealed.
Well, we can't just stay here. We have to do something. I've got a friend back there.
That's right. You have one more friend to worry about. Riku's Keyblade must have been born of the captive princess's hearts. Just like that keyhole you saw. Of course, without Kairi's heart, it remained incomplete. Once that Keyblade was destroyed, the princess's hearts should have been freed. Don't worry, Sora. If anyone can save your friend, you can.
My headphones cut out when I was in the toilet, but they kicked back in when the music started playing. I got very scared because I forgot I was wearing these. I'm back. I opened up Twitter on the toilet, which was a mistake because the first thing I saw was some KH3 head being like, name 5 story beats that happened in Kingdom Hearts 2 outside of 1000 Heartless, all of End of the World, and Rox's Prologue. We heard everything. That thought passed through my mind too. Why are these off when they're on the fucking toilet? You gotta figure out how to make these have more, like, better range. I wonder if they'd just be better on Bluetooth. They'd probably have delay though. You know what? I'm just gonna try putting these on Bluetooth. No, I'll do that later. I don't need sound anyways. Fuck it. Get no sound. isn't working. The 3rd district crashed, but it seems like the 2nd and 1st, or the 2nd district crashed. The 3rd and 1st are fine though, thankfully. I still need to install this. Oh, I'm trying to load a different save. Hold on. Yo, get shot. Peach. Subject. Let's load this save and see what happens. I'm using this keyblade. Oh yeah, I was testing shit. I have a million crit pluses, okay. Oblivion for the swag, why not? Anything different? No, I already got everything. Wait, did you just see? Hold on. Wrong world. The text was lower on the screen for the world transition. One sec. Like the exit world. The room transition, rather. Platinum match? Okay, so it's definitely not loading things incorrectly. What about the cops? What do they say? How do you notice that? It was like at the bottom of the screen. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Winner! Winner! What do you mean? Winner. Chicken dinner? This thing's gone. I got the yellow train, that's why. Or are these fine? Whatever. What about this? What is this gonna say? Coliseum gates? Oh, that works. Winner. Let's go here. Take the signs. Oh. I wonder if every other place is gonna have some weird shit to say for itself. I guess it doesn't have anything. How about the enemies here? I wonder. Oh, you get white mushrooms here, huh? No, what I'm here to see is if the infinite jump works. How goes it? Pretty cool. Doing some cursed shit right now with vanilla version files that are slapped into FMPC. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. The subtitles are also loading wrong.
What was that?
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed.
It's like Hades dialogue in the folk up to the cloud. Alright, here we go. I actually fucked up. I was supposed to do that before having that happen. One sec. There we go. I think I can see what the sign said here. Is it normal? Arena? That's normal too. Do not enter. Okay, all this is normal. Did it appear just because you were in Olympus? Maybe it did. Maybe it's looking for... It might be looking for strings that it can't find, so it just replaces whatever's randomly in memory. That could be it. Try landing here for a second, then go there, see if it changes. I don't know. Might as well, while I'm here. This is cool, because I've never really gotten to, like, fuck with KH1 modding, or Kingdom Hearts modding at all, but now I seem to have gotten a really good, like, entry into it, where I can kind of start to learn and make things myself that I want to change. And by that I mean specifically bring back Japanese and international versions on this version, so that everybody can play them without having to boot up PCSX2 or the PS2 versions. But here's what I'm here for. This bad boy right here. Let's see if it still is here. Might be hard to find, but if it doesn't work and I'm jumping for it, I'm never gonna be able to know. Looking for the bug geometry that lets you jump into the skybox. Porting animations. I won't have to because I'm like, oh, I guess we were talking about mods beyond the scope of vanilla, but for like vanilla stuff I won't have to, but who knows. Problem is, I could spend all day trying to look for this jump, and if it's not here, I won't be able to tell the difference. Maybe I have a better lineup for this. I guess I gotta look at my recording of when I did it the other week. Try and replicate that. I think I would have gotten it by now, but it took me just about as long to find it on the actual versions that have this. Does anybody have the clip of when I got this the other day? I'll pull that up and I'll try to find the specific spot that I was going for it at. Because I feel like this should work. This is the same ARD as, or who knows, maybe it's being pulled from the remastered files and it's not actually changed, but everything else has been, seemingly. You mean 9 days ago? No, it was actually more like over 2 weeks ago when I played 1J on stream. I think I did actually download it, but on my computer. Should work since this wasn't fixed in the remaster. I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure it's 6 in final mix, not even just the remaster. Maybe closer to the wall here? I don't know. It works international? Pretty sure. So we're talking about final mix here. I remember there's this video of like the Bahamut button, the summon, like the cut Bahamut somewhere in the menu, and they were also doing that in this room, fucking around with the jump, and that was international. I still don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, I know what I'm looking for, I just don't know where to specifically line it up to even prove that this is here at all. Could be another EXE hack. Well, this is just conjecture at this point. Let's see. One of the menus is in Arabic. I'll just find it. Download this VOD. I have it in this folder. Yep. Take off high jump, it seems. Actually, I was thinking about that might help find it. Okay. Here we are, question mark? Yeah, okay, I see. I got it from down there, but it's like in between these two, yeah. I think I would have gotten it by now, but at least I know where to look for now. Do you need high jump? I just pulled up a clip of me doing it without high jump, but good, bad idea. I don't think this ARD swap is including it. I think I would have gotten it by now. I'll just keep fishing for it for a bit. Bolt my headphone just went out. I don't need some of this shit anyways. I hell would have gotten it by now, wouldn't I? Who knows, maybe like geometry is a more complex way than just swapping one file. What's something to do with this weird little lip here, though? Yeah, I definitely would have gotten it by now, and I don't know what I'm looking for. Collision zones? No, I don't think we have anything like that. Collision viewer. Does frame rate matter? Ooh, good point. Maybe. Maybe it does. That's one way. The hell it could. You put high jump back on when you got it last week. Oh, I just pulled up this. Nice, me actually getting it like twice. Like right above that wooden plank. The second one. Which is kind of where I am right now, actually. A little bit underneath it, maybe, or in between is what people were saying when they were pointing me towards it. I don't think this is it. I hell would have gotten it by now, I think. I just glided by accident. Yeah, I don't think it can't be done. Yet. Well, your foot has been inside the plank. Has been inside the plank. I think it has something to do with how, like, weirdly intersected this particular geometry is when you walk on it. It's possible it's just the fixed version and it's still not fully replaced. Yeah, I think this is the fixed version. I think it's still not quite bogged just from an ARD change. Could be possible that some remastered file is intervening and overriding it. What would this bloom even be called? The data. Pull the data. Let's see here. Data. Let's look at the remastered folder so I can see. NOM file, PNG file. They folders. Remastered. I'm curious if any. This would be end world something. Oh, fuck if I know what any of this means. I imagine it would make sense for some things like this to be like everything that's in the remastered files are what's new to 1.5 HD, right? Everything outside of it is basically just, as far as I know, the same, if not slightly different than Final Mix PS2. So everything in here is formatted differently. So, like, here's some textures, I guess. Everything that's in here is not something... Like the ARDs are folders, and they have shit in here directly, and I don't know how to parse it. Though I wonder if you were to open up the ARD and something that could extract it, if it would look like this. Because actually that would make sense. Though, fuck if we have the tools for that. We have the tools for anything. Or models. But this is just like textures for like Riku or Sora or whatever. Voice. CVBL. This is correlated to the Sham platform. What I'm trying to do is, right now in the game I have loaded in just sloppily every single like ARD, which is one of the map file formats, if not the map file format for maps in this game. And I've noticed that already some of it has worked, like barrels in spots like Monstro's mouth that were exclusive to the Japanese version were there. They were kind of fucked up looking because they didn't have their textures, but it loaded shit in like that. And what I was trying to do is get the vanilla version of this room where there is a out of bounds glitch with this specific geometry. There's like a geometry you can jump on, which I actually have right here for me doing like the other day. You get to do this. I was trying to see if I could just swap in that file and have it work like that, but there might be more to it than just this world's map file. There could be a lot more at play that changes it. That is out of my reach right now. These headphones are tweaking. Mario BLJ. Exactly. Well, if not that, I'm trying to think what else I can fuck with at the end here. Well, while I have all these 1J map files, let me try and fuck with some other things that I know are different. Like, remember when the camera was getting caught on the gondola in Hollow Bastion? Let's go there. Let's see if it's still like that here. That's also a geometry-related thing. Maybe that'll help point me in the right direction. It's interesting that when I changed to the files for the Heartless and End of the World, the Invisibles worked, but the Angel Stars didn't have their health scale up. I wonder if I fucked something up or if there's something more to like that enemy in their stats. I probably just missed a file. I did it on the fly anyways. But it worked perfectly for the Invisibles. They had a full yellow health bar, and the damage cap was a full bar, just like in J. Crazy how similar that works. Some of the bosses too. Did the Gumball not show up? Oh my god, it's over there. God damn it. That's fine. I'll just go down here and then back up. What this session is— don't slam the edge! What this session has taught me is that a lot of this works just one-to-one out the box, but a lot of it will have to be adjusted by hand. But thankfully the documentation is out there for, like, if we were to hex edit everything to make it like vanilla. And that would be the safer way to go about it anyways. Probably start digging into that at some point in my spare time. Or maybe, if you guys are enjoying this, maybe I'll do more of that on stream. Maybe I can make a whole series out of streaming, modding this game to bring back vanilla versions. That would be fun. Yeah, geometry doesn't seem to be included in the ARDs, because then at least on PS2, the camera could go in the middle here, it would go back up and it would get stuck and I could just walk away from it, check beam. Oh yeah, I saw that random Halo OG PC version just slapped onto the timeline. That's pretty funny. Is that the fixes and like improvements for that pre-released bundle? Does that make the weapons not be like the animations being 30 FPS? Because that sucks about playing the Gearbox PC version. You play it at a higher than 30 FPS, but the fucking weapon animations are still 30. I don't really gaff about all of like the specific things that they fucked up, because the Gearbox version also fucks stuff up. I don't know if those mods fix it, but you need the weapons that are the same frame rate as the game. I don't care about anything else. For Halo 1, either that, I'll just play it on my fucking... If I want accuracy, I'll just boot up the Xbox version. That's what everybody should do, honestly, for Halo 1. Since KH2 and the others weren't remade, will this work in theory? I was told that it does, including BBS. Like, Mysterious Figure as well, you could pop in older PSP versions. I don't know if we have dump tools too, like, we probably do actually for those games. But like, my idea was, yeah, we could make MF even worse again. You can't escape the whip. Or at least without doing some annoying techie bullshit like jumping and air sliding in the last frame. But yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Map room related. Let's see if the Red Trinity is missable. Ooh, the floor does not like this. Actually, I have a lot of mods that would help me test shit like this, like a debug mod that would let me enable like no death and like one-hit kill. If I did this as a series, I would definitely integrate shit like that to make getting through this stuff faster. Am I stuck? Why do I have to drive on? What the fuck?
See ya. Heal.
Hate these things.
Heal.
What do you mean power off? This should have been silent the whole fucking time in my left ear. Find a better way to what is happening with this texture? What the fuck? Still not. I guess I could just switch to my wired ones for now before I get my adapter. Chain of Memories version of this fight is the best because it's just so easy to get past the gimmick part of it and just beat his ass, especially as Riku. KH2 version is the worst because of how much it just mandates that you do the gimmick. At least in this one, you can do some bullshit like chipping him down with spells, or if you come back with Ars Arcanum, if you delayed this world, you can get in a bunch of illegal damage. Maybe with Strike Rate, you could hit him down here with it. This fight actually has sort of nuances to it, like getting the triple dice reflector, getting Donald and Goofy stuck on the edge so they don't fuck up your hit count here. KH2, you just like do it until you're not allowed to do it anymore, and then so on. So I'll take KH1 Oogie over KH2 Gimmick. Like KH2 Gimmick Oogie all day long. You can definitely take a lot of skill in like KH2 Oogie to make sure you don't get killed by the fucking Heartless that eviscerate you if you let them attack you. But in this, there's a lot more nuance to it, I think. We just kill this guy and then I'll be able to come back and see if, oh, even more textures are fucked here. Are you able to see the Red Trinity in the boss fight? Because I don't see it right here. Maybe it's working. Red Trinity's missable again. For anybody that wants that, I guess. Is the goal to get a vanilla HD mod? Yes, for 1J and 1 International, and it seems that the hard part is actually the easy part. We already got International Sephiroth and like 1J Riku, one International Riku, one file. They're old model files, just make that shit work like it used to. Stats, AI, health, defense, EXP, drop, strength stat, everything is attached to that and it just works when you slap it in from the old one. Might work less or more for some bosses. I think some things I've seen aren't quite right, though I don't have a good testing environment, having beginner mode save files and shit. This Red Trinity was missable until Final Mix PS2, so I've been told. Who knows though, maybe they fixed it in 1.5, I'm not sure. I actually have yet to do a 1.5, or a 1FM PS2 playthrough, and I will do that after my video's out. See if I can find any more minutia in that version compared to 1.5. Do a COT stream of that with cutscenes and shit, it'll be fun. Do like a proud mode run to top it off, I think.
Deep freeze! Heal!
Ooh.
Sally.
It's weird, there's like not a lot of footage of 1FM PS2, or 1J for that matter, on YouTube. For now. Other than speedruns, of course, but that's different. You have to leave and come back for all the shit in Oogie Manor to update, right? Might as well, just in case. I am pooped though. I'll probably be done here soon. But I will show, just tail end of the VOD for people that weren't here at the start, some highlights of the boss scripts, like, you know, I'll beat Sephiroth again, that's just always just fun. International Sephiroth, when that fight isn't ass. I think a lot of people, it's kind of surprised me, a lot of people don't know about International version Sephiroth, how much better and different that fight used to be. So I remember, like, kind of learning the fight when I was like 13 or 14 or whatever, before I picked up 1.5, and then doing the fight there, and I'm like, wow, why is this ass? No Trinity. I'm assuming I didn't pick it up though, but oh, don't open the journal. I want to say that that worked because I did not stop to pick up. I'd probably even go in the room that has the Red Trinity because I just like jumped. I just did the speedrun jump to go up there, just making those save files. I can confirm. There's no way I got that Red Trinity when I went through and made all those beginner mode save files. I did not stop for like any Trinities at all. So I can confirm that, yeah, that edit to the ARD just removes the backup Red Trinity. Red Trinity! But yeah, let's turn off some of this experimental shit and I'll have to try doing like every Heartless slapped in as a mod. That would be a big step in making the game feel like the Japanese version. That and like bosses and all-in-one mod. Right now I have it individually just for testing. This Hades mod did not work. Let me see if I can fix that. Hades did not have 12 health bars like he's supposed to when I tried that earlier. Let's try and fix that. I probably missed a file. Maybe there's more files that influence Hades shit than what meets the eye. Like this, perhaps. I'm modding things off screen. Vanilla Fight's harder, just different? Yeah, definitely just different. Some of them are harder, like Riku and some doing like the speedrun strat, it's definitely harder. 1J, it's easier. Very curious to know what the old enemies were like. You'll see on Friday. My video's dropping and it goes into quite a bit of detail. But the big thing that also works in this mod is end game KH1 Japanese 1.0 version just completely jumping the shark on game balance. Just completely. Invisibles with 2 full bars of health. Angel Stars with the 1.5 bars. But your damage cap is 1 full health bar. If you're strong enough, you hit them once, and that health bar just turns from yellow to green, then green to gone. That's, like, the big thing. Enemies have absurdly big health, but your damage is, like, bigger than other versions to compensate. Rock Titan has 15 health bars, you only get to see the last 5 of them. But let me, before I get sidetracked, the rest of these files that I'm trying to slap in here. I probably shouldn't need to put the Hades high poly model in, but I will just in case. Yeah, whatever. I think that's everything. I added one more file to this, and maybe that has something to do with Hades stats. Let's see. I'll just go through some of these bosses again as well. Rock Titan and shit. Cock Titan. Porting KH1 Sora over to KH2. It's not just prior attempts where they ported the model and called it a day. Whole movements and animations. For something like that, I would challenge them to go as far as to do literally everything, including like maybe even like camera distance to Sora as well as like the physics. Because if you're gonna put KH1 Sora in KH2, you better make that shit feel like KH1 in KH2. That'd be awesome. Can I link it? Yeah, sure. I don't think I'll click on it. I will click on it real quick just to see if it's as much as that as I'm hoping it is. Ziggler would be interesting. Sephiroth would be interesting. Everything would be interesting, actually. This is not built for any of that. I feel like I saw that the other day, too. Just a little bit of it. I did hear about that. Try Hades again. It should take a lot longer to see his health start going down from purple. If this worked. Especially because I'm buff. Who knows, maybe Goofy's just that buff and it is working. And I felt like it was just 2 bars off screen, or 3. Let me turn off Goofy's kill mode AI real quick. But even so, that's not 12 health bars, I don't think. power change, or is just HP versus defense? I think it's just his stats. I'm pretty sure. It's not like this guy's very complicated or had anything that needed to be fixed or anything. He kind of does stuff. Like this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think what I'm doing that has worked for everything else is applying to Hades here. Because Hades... I believe he has 6 health bars in... How many health bars does he have? Because I know, like, Hades and Rock Titan both have just straight up double in 1J. Unless I wrote it down wrong. The KH1.5 has all these stats for all 3 of these versions listed out, and it's like perfect. 3600 HP in Japanese, which is divide that by 300. Probably easier to do math. 12 health bars, but there's no way that that's 12 health bars. It took me like 2 seconds to get him down to 5. That might not be working. There might be more to it than these other bosses, but for reference, just going to Rock Titan real quick. Because it did work here. Because I didn't do the high poly thing or whatever, but I really shouldn't. Well, what do I know about him anyways? This is level 100, it's like 68 strength max. Just for reference here, how long it's going to take to get this down to purple. Still fucking above 5. This guy had the biggest amount of health. I think he did, like, even now still has the highest amount of health of any boss in this game. But in this version, it's just absurd how many health bars above the visual maximum he has. Need a mod that puts in like KH2 style bars. I thought I saw Zenko do that. Or Crit Mix or some shit where they have the little blips. That'd be great to see for something like this. I guess what would be cool, last bit for this stream is putting in all of 1J Ansem, because he also has all those fights with crazy high health bars as well. Yeah, that was 15 health bar Rock Titan right there. Probably done the Hades being a perfect cup and Rock Titan. Well, Rock Titan is the last of the 10 seeds. Hades is the last of the, like, 20. I don't know. It's like, it should be the same. I have no idea. Go beat Sephiroth again. And then seeing it. Ow. I feel like I should boot up Final Mix Sephiroth, because a lot of people don't seem to know actually like the difference. It'd be a good visual for comparison. How this asshole reacts to getting hit in the modern version. It's so much easier in this, but it's just more fun. Also, on level 100. If this were like right when I unlock this guy, it would be much more of a fair fight as opposed to final mix and just kind of being impossible. Even if you're doing no damage strike rate strat, you can still just run out of resources. I guess you can do it at level 1, so it's just cool, but a lot more that can trip you up. Oh, warning. Bro, you know what? Way too early. Trying to see if I can get the EXP that he drops more visible. There we are, 1800. That's how much he dropped in vanilla. He drops 10k now, but just changing the model also includes that value, which is crazy. Fighting this version of Sephiroth at 60 FPS with these final mix abilities feels like heresy. Yeah, think about him spamming fire pillars. He uses it here too. It's just not something he does after you hit him like 7 times or 4 times in a row. But I think that's it. Can't really show much more without making a bunch of experimental shit on the fly, which I'm also kind of done doing. But yeah, in summary, there's a lot you can do just ripping files from the OG version, slapping into a new one. Some things with more success than others. Some things you have to do with more care, but that's the kind of shit I know how to do because everything's already mapped out. And I'm going to be working on this as a little follow-up to making a big fucking retrospective about the versions that I'm pulling from right now. And that shit drops on Friday. Keep an eye out, 31st. You don't have plans, do you? On Halloween? But yeah, I think that does it for me. I am pooped. Showing everything I think I can show. That was a lot of fun though, fucking with those map files and having those cursed boxes respawn from the Japanese version. Oh man, this does remind me though. I do have footage of going through the, like at the earliest level more or less, going through the Hades Cup on 1J. Yeah, let me show that real quick. Just kind of skim through it because it's absurd how easy it is. Because I think I used like 1 or 2 ethers the whole thing because of, you have like virtually infinite MP in this version because MP gift is 1. I have like 2 MP rages, so does Goofy. Ours is only 2 MP, and literally just like spamming that the whole way through and never having to use anything. I'll find some crazy health. Yeah, here's do these guys have 2 health bars in this area? Yeah, they do. Yeah, look at this damage. I'll pull it up in a second. Thank you for making it through to get that link. You can literally just like fall asleep through Hades Cup in this version. I guess I'll find the Hades that I didn't manage to get working though. How long did, yeah, here we go. This I wanted to show, because this is also crazy. Because when you play every other version of like KH1, Rock Titan also, yeah, he has invisible bars as well, but this guy kind of surprisingly has invisible health bars. You'd normally associate that with like Sephiroth and Rock Titan, but this guy also has health over the cap, and it's double in this version. So all that damage I'm doing, roll up to this guy, is 12 health bars. Check this out. There's like a power trip instead of a difficult gauntlet. And then like these guys have just insane health to compensate, and it kind of brings it back to like normal. It's a very weird version, and it also happens to be the first one. So when you look at these health bars, you can't even see. It's like, okay, well, that's like how much like data Xigbar is gonna have. You know, the first version they only drew 5 colors for health bars to be, and then yeah, let's give this guy 12 and the next guy 15. What the fuck were they thinking? Out of their fucking minds. It would have been cool if they had more colored health bars and kept it that way, but I don't fucking know. Very interesting choice. I can't even tell if I'm doing damage to him because, like, I forget what parts of the fight you can actually damage him when he's, like, red or whatever. Or couldn't they repeat colors? I don't know. I think it would have been cool if it was just, like, darker and darker shades of purple. If I knew how to mod and add that, that's what I would do. If I wanted to make Invisibars not invisible, just like slightly darker shades of purple until it just completely gets blacked out. Or a basic stun work as a spell in KH. It's called Strike Raid. Stun Impact, a bunch of other things have deal stun. But not as a spell, I don't know. And now we're finally past the purple bar. After what, how many fucking R's this? They're doing this much damage? Half a bar every time, minimum? 12 bars. You're fighting this guy without visibly dealing damage longer than you're visibly dealing damage. Very fun version to play though, very easy. Just no post-game, besides Phantom in this. Scanra and Rando giving you visible Invisibars. It's kind of, I was thinking about that, how like, maybe it's some kind of representation of how basic scan isn't enough, or like Libra, whatever it's called in Japanese. They just don't give you the upgrades for it. You're just KH1 sword and you don't have the comprehension to see health bars that size, but you win anyways. Maybe there's some ludonarrative angle to it that they dropped just for clarity. It kind of makes more sense when you're fighting final anthems and every phase is like you're scraping through damage you can't see, but then you make it through anyways. There's something to be said about that ludonarratively. I don't know. Fun idea. Yellow health invisible again. Straight from the tap this time. And yeah, here's this fucking guy. Get your popcorn, because you'll have time to make it while this guy still has invisible health. But I'll speed it up because I guess I've already done this twice, but like double speed. Go down. I'm not even doing the finishers because it's just not worth the time of ours. It is kind of funny though, if that is the ludonarrative element, Xemnas rolls up, here we go, finally past the purple. Xemnas rolls up saying shit like, oh, it's beyond your comprehension for now, but they don't give him an Invisibar. Sephiroth, Hades, and this guy get one, but Xemnas doesn't get one. They should have given Xemnas like 3 Invisibars, that would have been cool. Oh yeah, and at this point I realized, oh, he's 1 HP, but I'm still getting tech points, I could sit here forever. And I wasn't even in a spot where I wasn't taking damage. I found that later, but like even with taking damage, Donald, Goofy taking damage, MP Gift, Kiraga, I could also just like take the hit every time and still just AFK this indefinitely. This is times 20 speed of his attack, by the way. The emulator is at times 10, the video playback is times 2. Donald and Goofy to give tech points. Yeah, they do. But what's unique about this in this version is the fact that it is giving tech points when he's 1 HP. I after randomly messing with this, I booted up FM, PC, whatever, to see if the AFK strat would work there, but they fixed it there. But in this version, you can just get, like... See, I'm still taking damage. I could just do this indefinitely because they're never going to run out. At least with these settings. But when I was fucking around, I eventually found a spot where that attack just doesn't hit you, which is very funny to think about. That this attack is specifically made to just hit the whole stands and it still whiffs. Despite taking 40 fucking years to come out. So, like, hypothetically, you wanted to AFK grind in KH1. Actually, there's a better way to do AFK grinding. There's an infinite Power Wild spawn in Deep Jungle. Who knows, maybe this is faster though, even though it's 1 tech point. Yeah, you know, I never stopped to look at this guy's attacks either until I did this. That's kind of what got me to stop before I killed him. I was like, wait, he does stuff? Let me, like, see. I wonder if this random invulnerability spot also works. You just can't get infinite tech points when he's 1 HP from party members. I don't know if they fixed that in International or what, but probably in Final Mix, if anything. Tech boosts don't work here, because what the fuck do tech boosts even work on anyway? Stupid ass ability. So hypothetically, that's an AFK grind. Vanilla exclusive, at least. Oh yeah, there you go. More sneak previews of things that are part of my big video. But without further ado, I am pooped. Covered a lot more and played around with a lot more stuff than I was expecting to. I was gonna fucking originally stream Bloodborne. I'll do that tomorrow though. Gotta get back to that playthrough. I've not streamed Bloodborne in a while. But thank you all for watching and being interested in all this shit. Stay tuned for the big video. It's on Friday. Have you guys seen the thumbnail? I'll show it again just in case somebody somehow hasn't. I'll show the, here we go. The one with the date on it. Behold. It's coming out. Took that picture myself. SMT4 style. Yeah, I think I will actually, like, if I am to, which I really want to do this, I'm set on doing it now that I've done all that very easily. I want to do more of, like, the hex editing, change those battle tables and shit, like, by hand to make sure there are no, like, broken shits to replicate vanilla versions. That would be a fun series of streams to do, because you guys seem to be interested in, like, the modding process, and I seem to actually know how to do it now. Maybe I'll give it a dry run off stream, and once I have, like, a method that's working to, like, hex edit everything, I have that all figured out, I'll start streaming the modding process and testing it on the fly. That would be very fun. What will we do in Bloodborne tonight? I'm too tired for that shit tonight. Tomorrow, we're getting back to it. Imagine if we get KH4 news on that day. You know how cool that would be? That was one of the things that I was, like, kind of delaying this video for. I was like, oh, nobody, there's no fucking algorithmic interest in Kingdom Hearts right now because we've waited 3 fucking years for follow-up information on this game, so I wanted to wait until we got some news and then release this, so it was like a hot topic, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Bones versus Orb when modding the game. I don't know how to do that shit. That's way more advanced shit. That's something that I'm still waiting back on the person I'm commissioning to make all that shit. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll play some Bloodborne. Thank you guys for watching all that. And have a good night. Bro. You know what?